is disappointing. As part of the deal, investors will not be able to evade the capital gains tax increase by buying a property through a self-managed super fund. Existing homes purchased this way will not be affected. Melissa Byrne from the Master Builders Association says the laws will hurt the construction sector.
By clearing the path for tax hikes on housing, this agreement will be a hit to construction jobs, activity and housing supply while driving up rent.
France has experienced its hottest day on record as a heatwave lingers over Europe and the UK. French officials have confirmed 40 people have drowned in the country since Thursday as temperatures hover above 40 degrees. London is also bracing for a 40-degree day tomorrow, with residents asked to take precautions. A review has found 90% of IVF patients pay for expensive extras that don't really work. Gabrielle Hodson has more.
A major review has found most add-ons for IVF treatment have no proven fertility benefit. That's despite clinics charging desperate patients thousands of dollars for extras like acupuncture, corticosteroids and plasma injections. Researchers from the University of Melbourne say the extra services can lead to false hope, financial strain and unnecessary procedures for would-be parents already under stress. The review, published in The Lancet Obstetrics, Gynecology and Women's Health, also questioned if some of the products or procedures were actually doing harm. Gabrielle Hodson reporting.
And Adelaide's own Hilltop Hoods have been announced as Saturday's headline act for the Adelaide Grand Finals after-race concert. It's the third time the trio have played the event. Suffer, Pressure and DJ Debris will hit the stage on November 28. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Glass, timber or ColourBond steel. The options are endless with Gliderol Garage Doors. Gliderol.com.au.
Good morning, Jace.
And a good morning to you, Kate. Let's start with some World Cup, and Cristiano Ronaldo is hit back at critics with 2 stunning goals. The football superstar helping Portugal thrash Uzbekistan 5-0.
Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo! Just felt as though this FIFA World Cup was not quite complete. It is now, because Cristiano Ronaldo has announced his arrival.
Yeah, incredible stuff. That audio thanks to SBS. While England is currently taking on Ghana with that match still 0-0. And the Socceroos face Paraguay on Friday. To footy, and Portasava Radaglia is back home after having surgery in Melbourne. The 27-year-old suffered a ruptured patella tendon during the match against Collingwood. He's told Seven he'll be out of action for quite a while.
Definitely one of the most painful injuries I've ever had. Sort of lasted a lot longer too as well. So the last couple of days have been pretty tough, pretty painful. Bit of a long road ahead of us.
7 Crows will feature in the AFLW's inaugural Australia vs Ireland match in August. 4 Crows will play for Ireland, while 3 Crows will line up for Australia. And finally, the PGA Tour will scrap its no-cut signature events as part of a move to a 2-tier system from 2028. The new format will include promotion and relegation between the Championship and Challenger Tours. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Jace. Now to the 5AA forecast.
Hot water service gone cold? Get Rinnai instant hot water for an unbeatable price. The Gas Shop only.
Mostly sunny today. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees in Adelaide, partly cloudy tomorrow and 17. 17 also on Friday and mostly sunny. 16 on Saturday, 17 on Sunday and mostly cloudy. Right now it's 6 degrees on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Stuff it, Barry. We're going to Liechtenstein.
With first month storage for just $1 at Storage King, Bev and Barry can finally go travel.
Hold on tight, Barry!
Stuff it. Live more. Visit Storage King today. Conditions apply.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. We're the all-Aussie family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia, with a new fleet and plenty of hybrid options too. Experience the exceptional service that earned us Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. Book direct and save now at redspot.com.au today, or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
Steinborner Automotive in Gawler, Barossa and Clare has always been well worth a trip, especially with their end of financial year sale on over 500 new, used and demo cars, including a great range of new and demo Jack Utes at heavily reduced prices. Plus, they're offering an additional $1,500 trade-in bonus on all trade-ins. Head to Jack in Gawler or view the whole range at steinborner.com.au. Steinborner Automotive. It's well worth the trip.
The cold and flu season is now upon us, and if protecting your health is on your to-do list, whose to-do list isn't it on? Now is the time to act. Vaccination remains one of the best ways to help prepare for and protect yourself against the flu.
Tomorrow afternoon, Stacey Lee will be joined by people from national pharmacies in the studio, and they'll be talking about the importance of preparing for the flu season, including free vaccinations available with the National Pharmacies membership.
If you have a question, the team from National Pharmacies will also be taking your calls confidentially and off-air in the interactive lounge on 8223 0055.
So in the meantime, to find out more information, just visit their website, nationalpharmacies.com.au.
Fatty plaque. Sounds nasty, doesn't it? And it is. Fatty plaque is made of cholesterol particles that can accumulate in your arteries and even stop blood flow, contributing to heart attacks, heart failure, stroke and dementia, Australia's biggest killers. Treatments are being developed at SAMRI and they're all game changers. But SAMRI needs donations to help with clinical testing. Visit samri.org.au and help us give plaque the flick. That's samri.org.au.
Good morning. First time caller, long time listener.
Knockdown, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
Live from Hindmarsh Square, it's 5AA Breakfast. David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
8 after 6, good morning to you. Welcome to Wednesday on 5AA Breakfast, the 24th of June. It's getting redundant to say it's cold outside, but it is another cold morning. It is right in the teeth of winter in Adelaide at the moment. We're checking in with the Weather Bureau over the course of the first hour. We're also going to be heading to the western part of South Australia, to the Eyre Peninsula. We're going to be chatting with Eyre Peninsula Cruises owner-operator Rod Keogh, someone we've chatted with in the past on a range of issues. This time, it's because he found 2 dead birds that are of interest to the authorities here in South Australia with regard to the outbreak of bird flu. We'll talk to him about what was it that raised his attention and concern and why we need to be diligent, because he relies on the ecosystem for his business as well. So Rod Keogh, after 6:30 this morning, we're going to do a temperature check, not on the weather, but indeed the confidence level of Port fans with one of our favourites, Carolyn Laffin, before 7 o'clock this morning. We'll spin for the smartwatch. The findings from the ATSB with regard to the Parafield crash were really interesting. I think some assumptions were made about that being a training flight and the reasons why, when it turns out it may well be engineering to blame. We'll talk about that after 7 o'clock today. Robbie Cornthwaite on the program. We'll get his thoughts on the Socceroos' chances. Sean Fuse to David Kosh. Always a good day, Wednesdays on 5AA Breakfast. Good morning to you, David Penberthy.
Good morning, Will. Good morning, listeners. Now, I know that there's always people worse off than yourself, but I've got to say, I am still recovering from attending the primary school soccer carnival in Bowker Street, Brighton, last night, where we basically stood out on this sodden grass in the cold. At least it wasn't windy, but I got home. I feel like I had a hypothermia. My feet, it was like I had them in like one of those large ice fridges at a service station for 3 hours. And I was trying everything. It didn't matter what I did. Got some hot chips with gravy. Went back to the car at one point. Sat there for 5 minutes with the heater cranked up. It was bitterly cold. The temperature on the app on the phone said it was 8 degrees, but it felt like it was 0. It reminded me of being in New Zealand years ago on the snow slopes. It's just freezing at the moment with the lack of cloud cover.
Isn't it amazing the degree to which we're just not prepared for any cold? Because anyone who's ever been to Europe or the snow or anywhere will know when you wear all the clothes, it's livable. And you get to the point where you go, it's 4. Okay, cool, we can go for a walk today because it's not -1. Yeah,
your body totally gets used to things.
Your body gets used to it. In Adelaide, the moment it hits single digits, we all freeze to death. I'd love to hear if anyone else has been out in the elements, either against their will or they've decided just to brave it. We'd love to hear from you. 8223 0000. Text us on 048008 1395. Has anyone done anything worse in the teeth of winter than stood out at a soccer carnival for a few hours, like David had to do at Brighton?
I tell you what, the chap who runs it, lovely guy. He's been doing it for years. He's a salt of the earth person, and he just pours his heart and soul into it. I reckon I mean, we saw Iraq and France cancelling a game yesterday because there was, live lightning striking into the stadium. That wouldn't stop them down at Bowker Street. Rain, sleet, or snow, the show must go on. But it is true, isn't it? Because like yesterday, we were all having a bit of a chuckle about the fact that it's 32 in London at the moment, and it's the number one story. Like it's an even bigger and certainly much more interesting story than Sir Keir Starmer, because we laugh about it going 32. Yet last night at Bowker Street in North Brighton, I'm sure if there were English people there, they'd be going, "Oh, it's quite balmy, isn't it?"
But this is it. It's the inverse of what I said about you get prepared, you wear you layer and do those. We don't layer in Australia, even when it is cold. The reverse is true too. They've not prepared in any way for extreme heat. There's no air conditioning. There's not proper clothing. Houses aren't designed in a way so you can open the front and back doors and have the breeze blow through later in the day to try and get the heat out of the home. Just when nothing's designed to deal with whatever the climatic conditions are, it can be deadly pretty quickly. And it has been in Europe. It always is. And it only needs to be 32, 33 degrees.
Yeah, yeah. So what's your secret, folks? How are you coping with it? It's freezing out there. I like this text, no name given, but telling me to actually F you. Gee whiz, Dave, you should try being a tradie at the moment. Well, good point.
What are the rules for being a tradie? It's a sort of it's a sort of got a, it's a tough guy industry. Can you wear gloves? Do you get laughed at? There's a lot of beanies that get around.
I reckon you can do whatever you like. I don't think tradies are being judgmental about that.
There'd be laws of the jungle. There'd be things that, can you take the hot pockets?
I reckon the problem with being a tradie is that if you decide it's too cold to work, that's fine. You just don't get any money.
Yeah.
That's the key difference when you're out on the tools as a self-employed person, or conversely, if you're working on a job site, you can't just not turn up.
Luke says, I've waited for a bus home to Adelaide in Ballarat in 0 degrees at 10 p.m. That sounds pretty miserable, Luke. 8223 0000. When you've been out in the elements, we want to hear from you. Another one here from William says, good morning. I work in a cold place delivery environment. So this morning, especially at 3:45 in the morning, inside the industrial fridge, the weather is pretty nasty. Usually when you're working in a cold room, you get at least the relief of being able to step outside. This morning, significantly less relief. 8223 0000 0480 1395.
I'm sure a lot of you are actually under the doona listening to this thinking I'm not moving. I'm literally not moving. I'm not putting my hand out to pick up my phone to text or call. So if that is you, knock twice for yes and once for no. Because I think, I must admit, this time 45 minutes ago, I was struggling with the eider down myself, thinking this feels like the wrong sort of day to be getting up. But here we are. This bird flu thing, it's a real worry. I heard, it was really funny. When I was going home yesterday, I heard our good friend Gronya clearing on with your dad. Did you hear the interview?
Oh no, really?
And I was just sitting there going, please, come on, Gronya, just get through it without a single burp. But she did, and I think she's worked out that for some reason the Brekkie show seems to be,
I see,
a little bit looser, a little bit edgier.
She's done a rapid read on the sort of standard she feels that the program sets. She comes on with us and says, I think this is a real anything goes kind of environment.
I feel like it's a reflection on you, Will, and a good reflection on your father, that when she was on with your dad, she thought, I'm here with a sensible, chaste, buttoned down sort of a guy. I'm not going to go dropping any F-bombs here, regardless of the debate about whether they're F-bombs or not. They certainly sound like they are. If she comes on here and feels like she's in an environment that encourages.
I'm not sure what's going on there.
Sort of slovenly.
Ange on the text line says, my son is a brickie, no gloves. He works in the elements. It's a tough, hard industry, not for the weak. See, I knew there'd be standards out there in tradie land. Jeanette says, I have my sister-in-law from Madison, Wisconsin staying, and she reckons it's not cold at all. They say if your head and feet are warm, then you're okay. You need a beanie and warmer shoes or boots.
Well, this is it. It was the shoes that let me down last night because they just got wet straight away.
Oh, you got no chance.
No.
Let's go to Mylor. So I think Sue knows something about the cold. Good morning to you, Sue.
Yes, good morning. You're complaining about the cold. Try living up here. Try living up in the hills. Take about another 2 degrees off. We're pretty hardy up here, but I think anybody that lives in the country. You go out in the weather regardless. If you've got stock, if you've got animals, it doesn't matter whether it's raining sideways, snowing, whatever. You just have to shut your eyes and clench your teeth and go out regardless because you don't have a choice. I don't have any heating in this house except for a small combustion heater, so
really?
I rely on dooners. But, you know, the animals have to be fed, they have to be watered, and, you know, that's what you do. And we brace it up here and just deal with it.
Yeah.
It's cold.
So you're absolutely spot on about the weather. So 6.2 degrees in Adelaide at the moment. It's 4 degrees in Mylor. So whatever it is here, lop 2 degrees off and you've got the Mylor temperature. Thank you for that, Sue.
Paul says, boys, I'd take this weather any day over 30 degrees plus. 30 degrees. Oh, may it continue in perpetuity. Have a great day from Paul. So I'd much rather the heat than this.
Yeah, you do more. That said, I wonder how people deal with this. Sue just mentioned she's only got the combustion heater at home. I'm never really motivated to put a heater on. Just no interest. Aircon, when it's super hot, absolutely. It never occurs to me to put heat. It doesn't affect me that way. Yet, I'd be much like, I'm the opposite of Paul and would say hot weather's far more enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, it depends where you are. Like, one of the reasons I hated Canberra so much was summer because there's nowhere to go. You know, I remember one day out of desperation, I thought I just need to get wet. And someone had told me there was a part of Lake Burley Griffin that they'd created a beach. It's called Yarralumla Bay. So I went there, got out of the car, my bathers, and it was just like this mud, sort of sand, but sand that was trying to go back to being mud.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm having a look at a picture of it now. It just looks like...
Did you Google it?
Yeah, it is. It looks like mud.
It was disgusting. And I walked into that tepid bilge water in our national capital, and there were flies everywhere, like literally, all swarming all over me. And I just thought, I can't stand living here anymore. And it was not long after that we moved to Sydney. But I was just thinking, I wish I was back home in Adelaide where you could go down to Aldinga or something like that and actually get properly cooled off in real seawater.
Andy's in Henley Beach. Not sure you'd be jumping into the beach today, Andy. Good morning to you.
Morning, lads. How you doing?
Good, thanks, Andy.
All right, take it for a wee Scotsman. It's officially Baltic.
So are you so accustomed to Adelaide life now, Andy, that you think today is cold?
I've been here for 21 years. It's Baltic. I'm heading to work now, and as soon as I get in there, the heating's going on.
Have we made you soft, Andy, do you think?
Man, like when we first came here for the first few years, in this weather, we'd be walking about with shorts and T-shirts, and you guys would go and look at them nutcases. But you get so used to it, and I revel in 30-odd degrees.
Yeah.
I come alive.
Yeah, get on you, Andy. It's 20 after 6. We're going to take a quick break. We'll take more of your calls with the weather very shortly. 8223 0000.
Looking for car cover? Search Allianz Comprehensive Essentials Car Insurance. Get what you need for a price you'll love. Choose Allianz. Allianz. Before buying, read the PDS. Go to our website for a PDS and TMD.
Big stories, big opinions. If it's world football, it's covered in TalkSport's World Cup Shootout. Listen on the 5AA Player app.
At Kia, the Tasman Ute is ready to move with exceptional value across all 2025 models. Starting from $59,990 drive away for the Kia Tasman X-Line Dual Cab. Yes, now $59,990 drive away. All backed by Australia's first and still best 7-year warranty. Hurry, now's the time to make your move. Terms and conditions apply. Visit your local Kia dealership now. The Kia Tasman, ready to move.
Kia, movement that inspires.
At my age, preparation is just part of life. To prepare for viruses like influenza, COVID and RSV, I get vaccinated regularly. Viruses are always changing. That's why vaccination really matters to protect yourself against serious disease and hospitalisation. And the risks go up when you turn 65. Vaccination is the best preparation. Speak to your health professional and book your vaccinations today. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Launch from anywhere in Australia with Adelaide University's 100% online study mode. With flexible learning and personalised support, you can take your career to the next level without putting your life on hold. Our programs are designed and delivered by expert academics in partnership with industry, so you'll graduate with the skills and experience to step confidently into your dream job. Search Adelaide University now and launch into our 100% online study mode.
Huge tax time deals now at Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Save up to 30% on Windows 11 computers. All the big brands, HP, Asus, Acer and Lenovo and more. Save up to 20% on cameras and big brand mobiles. Save up to 25% on connected security and monitors. Save up to 30% on headphones. And save up to 40% on Logitech accessories. More tax time deals in store and online. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance on now. Conditions and exclusions apply.
I choose to get my exercise in with a side of sunrise.
I choose Keaton for a home that really feels like one.
We choose to start the weekend early.
On Thursdays.
Sometimes Wednesdays.
I choose to step up, not slow down.
I choose what's going to work best for me.
I choose my place. I choose confidence. I choose Keaton. Ready to explore what's possible? Visit keaton.com.au.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Bob Jane T-Mart's end of financial year Price Buster sale is now on, and the savings are huge. Get a massive 35% off selected Pirelli tyres, plus 35% off selected Kumho tyres. Buy 3 selected tyres and get the 4th tyre free. Plus, get up to $200 instant cashback on selected tyres. No one beats our best tyre price guarantee. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube. Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
24 minutes after 6. England, Ghana in the World Cup at the moment. Is this an Australian? And I know this is a significantly different position from you. I don't feel any great animosity towards the English football team. The cricket team. The fire of the pits of hell. The football team, they don't worry me.
I'm actually surprised by how much I've come to dislike Team USA.
Oh, they're easily the most hateable team in the World Cup. There's no doubt about it.
Because I'm a bit of a lover of the US. I've been
me too.
I reckon it's a great place. But right now, I'm really death riding them.
They're the most disagreeable sporting team that the US has.
Yeah, I can't wait till they get trundled out. And that wanker commentator who never even played for
Mick
them.
Vella.
What's his name?
Mike Vella?
Yeah, something like that. He just is a complete toss of that guy.
Yeah, that's what US sports media is built on, the idea that it's a group of people that shout really loud the most inane and stupid opinions you've ever heard in your life, and it's called, how they do things.
Taking off here a bit too.
Yes. All right, let's have a look at the weather. It's been the big talking point this morning. 5.6 degrees. I think it's just gotten cooler in the last 15 minutes. The apparent temperature's 4.4. It'll get to 16 eventually today. Tomorrow, 17, so it's warmer. The overnight low will be 7, so it's significantly warmer than this morning. In fact, we shouldn't get to temperatures like this morning again for a while, because the overnight lows are 8 through to 11, progressing increasingly warmer from Friday through to Tuesday. The maximums stick around 17 or 16. The only things of note is maybe a bit of rain on Monday and Tuesday of next week. 0 to 3 millimetres Monday, 0 to 6 millimetres on Tuesday.
Jack's not happy with me. He says, "You are a sore loser, David. USA beat Australia easily." Well, your soccer, Jack, because I watched that game too, and you're right. They did win. The score was 2-0. Although you can't spell. You said you are a sore lover. I'm a sore lover.
Well, maybe you know something about you that others don't. I'm not sure. I don't think we should interrogate that one any further.
Love your work, Jack.
Oh, they're good. Their team is good. Just the fans and the apparatus around it is... It's just so annoying. They're so annoying and they're so presumptuous.
But to your point, though, Will, no, I don't want England to win the World Cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're not barracking for them as your second team suddenly, are
Oh,
you?
no, not at all. But I don't...
What happened to Haiti? The Polish allies.
Indeed, what happened to Haiti?
Well, I don't think Haiti went in with any great
No, I don't think they were carrying weight. I'm just wondering, as an Australian, are we sort of duty-bound to hate England with the full force of our dislike in all sporting environments, or can it change? I wonder what our listeners think, because I'm soft on the soccer team.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. They got some really not likeable blokes.
Cricket?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, well, there's no sort of Stuart Broad equivalent in the English football team, is there? Jimmy Anderson.
Oh, you never think about this.
Harry Kane is a really likeable bloke, I reckon.
I end up, after they retire, end up quite liking all those English blokes that I love to hate when they played.
Yeah, Broad's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
let's talk a bit more about sport with Jace Kemp, who joins us in the studio this morning. Essential, practical, durable. That's Glyderol Garage Doors, backed by 50 years of experience. Glyderol.com.au. Good morning to you, Jace.
Yeah, good morning, boys. We'll stay on the World Cup because there's been it's been a big sensation this morning. Cristiano Ronaldo silenced a lot of critics after having a pretty poor first match. He's come out and scored 2 goals against Uzbekistan. So,
oh wow!
So he's opened the race for the Golden Boot. Is well and truly on at this World Cup.
Were they general play or did he take a free kick?
No, they're both general play.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so stunning goals.
Gee, the big names have all scored goal. Haaland, Messi, Ronaldo.
Got 5 goals already, a hat trick and then a brace. That's right, isn't it?
That's right.
Ridiculous.
And some of the goals have been absolutely stunning too.
Remarkable. And it really now, it opens this World Cup race, the Golden Boot race wide up. It's got everything, this World Cup, and I think it's incredible to watch, you know, some of the stadiums that are being played at. You know, you see the fanfare that's happening. It's just remarkable.
Yeah, and Mbappe's been amongst it as well. Like, you know, the cream really rises to the top. Yeah. And when it gets down to like the round of 16, there's going to be so many good games.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many good games.
Well, hopefully the Socceroos can get down there. They play on Friday, obviously.
Yeah, 11:30 Friday. What do you think? Do we know anything about Paraguay other than, you know, haven for Nazi war criminals, landlocked, fake guinea pigs? What else do you know about them?
I know they lost their best player to a red card. The guy that plays for Newcastle. So that will be of benefit.
Sorry to any Paraguayan listeners. That was a bit of stereotyping there.
I'm sure they've contributed lots of other good things.
Paraguay to Amor. Paraguay, we love you.
From the World Game to Australian rules footy, Jace, we've got a big one this Saturday night.
One.
And you know what? Fair play to Chad Cords, because this game had absolutely there was no build-up to this. You had one side who's good, another side who's awful, and it needed a little bit of fire, and he's provided it by... Take our listeners through the spectre he's raised.
Well, he's sort of insinuating that Josh Worrell, who missed last week's game through sickness, might have missed through other reasons, might have been disciplinary reasons. So
really?
He sort of insinuated that yesterday.
What's the story? Was he out on the terps or something?
He's been deliberately vague, Chad. You know. There's no need to report on these things. You sort of just allude to them.
Now, the Crows say that it's completely untrue that it was through sickness that he's missed, and they're adamant on this, and then he'll be back this week. So, yeah, it's interesting. A big game for the Crows. Who do they lose? If they bring Josh back, it's a crunch for selection spots at the moment. They're in a good place. They're in a very good place going to the showdown.
Is it the last Walker-Butters showdown we're going to see, Jace?
Potentially. Yeah, it feels that way, doesn't it? It has that sort of feeling to it.
Given Port's form and the Crows' form at the moment, I don't think it would matter if Josh Worrell went out there and had a six-pack before the game. I mean, if that's the scenario we're dealing with, I think the whole team could probably have a couple.
Well, maybe a bit like Ken Hinkley flying the plane after the game. He could pop a tin on the oval post-game.
Yeah, that's right. Shotgun it.
Jace, magnificent work. Great to have you in, mate. Thank you.
See you, boys.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Mostly sunny today. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees. With the 6:30 news, good morning. I'm Kate Collins.
Injured or living with chronic pain? Book an appointment at Physio Extra today. 6 locations. physioextra.com.
A major boost to housing in Adelaide South, with the state government announcing 1,000 new homes will be built at Onkaparinga Heights. Minister for Housing and Urban Development Nick Champion says the project will deliver a mix of housing options, including affordable homes, over the next decade.
So what we'll see is a really strong community with good open space, and it's right next to transport infrastructure, not far from public transport, not far from schools, and importantly, it's in a part of the state, the southern suburbs, where we know people are desperate for housing.
Lancer has been chosen to deliver the project. Civil works are expected to begin in the second half of 2027. Local authorities are awaiting test results to see whether the deadly H5 bird flu has crossed the WA border into South Australia. 2 seabirds found dead on Fowlers Bay Beach are being tested by PIRSA. Local Rod Keoghs has told Seven every precaution was taken in collecting the birds.
Full chemical suit, gloves, rubber gloves, taped at the sleeves, boot protectors, a full face protection, a respirator.
Sir Keir Starmer, who's standing down as British Prime Minister, has met with his leadership contender to support the handover of power. It's the first time the outgoing Labor leader met with Andy Burnham since his decisive by-election win. Mr Burnham could become PM within weeks if he does not face a challenger. Omani officials say a temporary corridor is being opened in the Strait of Hormuz to allow stranded vessels to exit the waterway. The evacuation of the more than 13,000 seafarers stuck in the Gulf is being managed under an International Maritime Organisation plan. A major focus of peace talks between the US and Iran is returning traffic flows to pre-war levels. About 2 in 3 Australian adults and 1 in 4 children are overweight or obese. An Australian Institute of Health and Welfare report also shows the number of Australians living with abdominal obesity, which is measured by waist circumference, has doubled since 1995. The Institute's Amy Young says the reason for the increase is complex.
We live in environments that promote unhealthy food options. We have more sedentary lifestyles. And there are also social, economic and commercial factors, many of which are outside the control of the individual.
France has sweltered through its hottest day on record in the mid-40s. Dozens of drowning deaths have been recorded across France and Germany since Thursday. Red heatwave alerts are in place across Spain, Italy and the UK. In a special address at London's Climate Action Week, United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres issued this warning.
We have just lived through the 11 hottest years ever recorded. And today, this city and far beyond are experiencing the hottest day of the year with higher temperatures to come. London isn't just calling, it's cooking.
And Daryl Braithwaite has unplugged his microphone for good, the 77-year-old announcing his days performing are behind him. He says it's becoming increasingly challenging to sing comfortably, which has taken the joy out of hitting the stage. He says it's been an amazing 58 years in the music industry. We will miss him. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Essential, practical, durable. That's Gliderol Garage Doors, backed by 50 years of experience. Gliderol.com.au.
Good morning, Jace Kemp.
And good morning to you, Kate. Let's start with some World Cup. And Cristiano Ronaldo has become the first player to score at 6 World Cups with a brace in Portugal's 5-0 win over Uzbekistan. Ronaldo silencing critics after a poor first match.
5 in red in the middle. Ronaldo! The farewell may be approaching, but the legend is not finished yet. The first player ever to score in 6 different World Cups.
That audio thanks to SBS. Meanwhile, England is currently locked in a 0-0 draw with Ghana after the first half. To football, and Zach Butters insists he still hasn't made a decision on his playing future with Port Adelaide. The star midfielder is adamant he won't make a call until the season's end.
Yeah, obviously the rounds are counting down now towards the end of the season, so it gets closer and closer, but for mine, nothing's really changed. I'll still make my decision at the end of the year and sit down with the club and my manager, and that will still be the end goal for me.
Gout has pulled out of the race in the US next month due to back stiffness. The 18-year-old sprint sensation will head home to get his body right before jetting out again with his sights set on winning gold in the 200 metres at the World Under-20 Championships. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Jace. Now to the 5AA forecast.
Hot water service gone cold? Get Rinnai instant hot water for an unbeatable price. The gas shop only.
Mostly sunny today. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees in Adelaide. Partly cloudy tomorrow and 17. 17 also on Friday, mostly sunny. 16 on Saturday. 17 on Sunday and mostly cloudy. Right now it's 5 degrees on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
You can rely on Red Spot to keep Aussie airport rentals fair. We're the only car rental company who have kept our prices low during the fuel crisis. And we're the only Aussie-owned and operated choice in major airport terminals all over the country. Experience the local service that saw us named Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. For a deal you can rely on, book your next rental direct at redspot.com.au today or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
The Mazda End of Financial Year event is on now. Get a great deal on select models like the exhilarating plug-in hybrid CX-60 and the 7-seat plug-in hybrid CX-80. Don't miss out. Ends June 30.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Tilers and tradies, make sure you get unbeatable deals on all tiling tools and machines at National Tiles Financial Year Clearance on now. Yes, tilers and tradies, make sure you get unbeatable deals on all tiling tools and machines at National Tiles Financial Year Clearance on now. Make tax time work for you at National Tiles. Buy now and claim now. But you'll have to be quick, so rush into National Tiles now and save.
As a South Aussie-based not-for-profit health insurer, Health Partners isn't just your health partner. We're your tooth-checking partner, hammy-stretching partner, chart-squinting partner. We're your bone-mending, script-filling, arch-lifting, giving, salad-suggesting, generous limit-giving, member-supporting, SA-loving partner. So for great value health cover, there's no better partner in health than Health Partners. Health insurance made human.
It's back, the Animal Expo. There's animals galore, pet products and expert advice. Talk with breeders, cuddle the animals and be entertained. It's a great family day out. Animal Expo, Adelaide Showground this Saturday and Sunday. kjex.com.au.
Experience the very best of over 50s living at Northern Community Residential Village in Penfield. Set in a serene and peaceful setting, Northern Community Residential Village offers a low-maintenance lifestyle amongst a welcoming community of like-minded people. 2- and 3-bedroom homes are now selling from just $500,000. Book a tour today and picture how bright your future could be. Visit ncrv.com.au for more information.
Knockdown, build 2 with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
21 minutes to 7. Feels like 0.9 degrees in Peterborough, Pat tells us. The apparent temperature there, under 1 degree. Matt, to my query about whether we are duty-bound as Australians to hate every version of an English sporting side equally. Matt says the simple answer, Will, is yep. Buffalo Bill sent us a text effectively saying something similar. He says, as a sports lover, there's nothing better than England losing. After all, the Poms expect to lose. Even better is if it's controversial. You'll got to relish that. As for the US, don't even get me started, says Buffalo Bill. And then there is a bit of feeling in this. We were saying this. It's hard to get excited for the showdown until Chad Corns sort of tried to inflame things. David says, no doubt about you, Crows supporters. You have short memories. It wasn't that long ago that you were languishing at the bottom of the ladder. Enjoy your smarmy attitude. What goes around comes around. Come on, Port. I maybe I'm too philosophical about these things in modern footy, but what David said there, what goes around comes around, is literally how the league's designed to work.
Totally. Yeah, well, you're Richmond for a while where you're unbeatably good, right. And now you're Richmond can't buy a win.
So it's not even, not to take the joy out of it, but in all but very rare situations, it's not a function of how good your organisation is that you're going to be good and then you're going to be bad. The only question is when you're good, can you take the opportunity and win?
But how do you become Geelong?
Well, I mean, there's a whole range of theories as to how you become Geelong. I fear I can't broadcast them. But yes,
anybody interested in the cattle property? Is that what you're sort of alluding to?
I'm just suggesting that, for most clubs there are rules.
Yeah, just jokes.
Yeah, that's of course. No, well, they're the exception.
I'll let you know, David.
Rule.
I might be a Crows nufty, but I've written 2 books about Port players. So, if I hated your club that much, why would I have wasted, months of my life.
Well, I like it.
Chronicling the life and times of Kane Corns and Scott Hodges.
It's good stuff. We should be able to find each other entirely disagreeable because of our football sides.
In all seriousness, I'd love to write a book about David Granger.
Mm.
And not some sort of shock horror book, but that guy's life fascinates me. How he just completely fell through the cracks.
Yeah. -1 at Williamstown, Jeff says on the text line. I think you win, Jeff. That is as cold as we've seen it in South Australia so far. I suspect it's probably pretty cool over on the Eyre Peninsula. Rod Keogh runs EP Cruises. Rod, we usually speak to about what his business has been up to. Unfortunately, Rod found 2 dead birds that are now the subject of an investigation by the authorities here in South Australia with regard to the fear of bird flu making its way into our state. Rod, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
What drew your attention to the birds, Rod? And was there anything about them that made you suspect that they hadn't just simply died of natural causes?
Look, we're close to Esperance, and I think that seeing pelagic birds down on the beach, it's definitely, you've got to stress it's not uncommon to see dead birds on the beach, but being in the environment that we are at the moment and the uncertainty of how far this bird flu spreads, it was, again, seeing dead pelagic birds on the beach this time of year, it's just worth reporting, it just really is, because at least we can, if it is here, we've just got something to work towards and figure out how we can, start to protect our shores a bit.
So, Rod, just to clarify, there's been no confirmation yet that it was bird flu, but rather the authorities are looking at these birds to work out what caused them to die.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's, by the time they spoke to me, it was a couple of days ago now, I reported in the afternoon, but in around about 3 hours, by the time I reported it to the hotline from FIVEAA to the Department of Environment, rocking up in Fowler's Bay to pick these birds up, it was 3 hours. They're dressed in all in their hazmat suits and all the rest of the stuff, and picked the birds up, got them off the beach, and I think they were en route to Adelaide yesterday. Of course, they're not just carcasses sitting in the back of a car. It was all done properly and contained. And these birds will be getting tested in Adelaide somewhere, and I think it could take up to a week to find the results.
Yeah, we're going to be chatting with PIRSA a little bit later. Rod, and I don't mean this in any flippant way, but watching on 7 News last night describe the guys turning up to take the birds with their sleeves taped and their helmets on and the oxygen, all this stuff. Did they say for you to look out for any symptoms or anything, given you'd been in the proximity of these birds, presumably without your own hazmat suit?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, when I first found them, it definitely didn't just cross my mind that these could be infected birds. I did grab the birds with obviously it's all over the internet. I don't suggest anyone doing it. But at the time, I wasn't overly concerned about it. But then I grabbed the birds with a rag and I moved them up off the beach. Again, I was at that point, I was on the fence whether or not I was going to report them or not, because birds die, But to see the second pelagic bird that was dead of a different species, it definitely, look, just for the sake of it and for the safety of the, for the environment, especially out in Fowlers, because not many people, there's very few people that walk where I walk on the beach, so I got them off the beach. Emma Pedler actually was the one that prompted me, because obviously reporting stuff is, you feel sometimes when you report these things, it can obviously, get bigger than Ben-Hur, but Emma Pedler definitely prompted me to, look, I think we should report them, 2 different species, pelagic birds on the beach, Esperance. Esperance is only a stone's throw away when you're thinking about pelagic birds. 400 mile is not even a day's flight for them. And, I pulled them up, but I did use something. I wouldn't do it again. And then when the Department of Environment rocked up, with all their protective gear, you just realise how, potentially contagious this really is, So, and of course, we went through it with the department, with handling these birds, in the future, because, first line of defence, I'm on that beach every day. If this does happen, it's something that, we've got to be pretty yeah, we've got to be onto it.
And Rod, just for the benefit for the listeners, pelagic. What's pelagic mean? Is it just the seabird?
They're,
isn't it?
they're a seabird, yeah. So these two, the two species that I found, sub-Antarctic flyers. They'll feed and forage and they'll fly in the sub-Antarctic region. So
what were they? Were they like seagulls or?
No, not seagulls. One was called I believe, and I'm not a complete birdie, but one was a Antarctic prion, and the other one was a southern fulmar. Both birds are, again, sub-Antarctic dwellers.
Yeah, right. So like birds of prey.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And again, these birds actually pass that, potentially pass down towards Heard Island, and of course Heard Island, there's a lot of talk about that at the moment, and the devastation on the elephant sea lion population there.
Yeah. Well, good on you for following it up, mate.
Rod Keogh, the owner and operator of EP Cruises. We'll have to await the outcome of that that bit of analysis that's been done, but we are in constant contact with PIRSA. So as there are developments, you'll hear them here on 5AA. Let's head to the Weather Bureau and talk about the day ahead. We know how it started. Chris Kent at the Weather Bureau joins us. Another cool one, Chris.
Yeah, definitely another cool one. These mornings just seem to be getting cooler and cooler. Parafield Airport's down to 1.1 degrees just before 5 o'clock this morning. The airport's sitting around 2 degrees, and in the city, 5 degrees at West Terrace. So another cool morning out there. Expecting pretty similar conditions again today across Adelaide, mostly sunny with a top of 16 degrees in the city, 15 at Glenelg and Noarlunga, 16 at Elizabeth, and up in Mount Barker also. Those partly cloudy or mostly sunny conditions continuing right through to the weekend. No real rain in sight until early next week. Or later this weekend or early next week, currently on the forecast. So, very slow-moving weather pattern at the moment.
Good stuff, Chris. Thank you. Chris Kent, the Bureau of Meteorology. I tell you what, as cold as it is at night and in the mornings, the days are beautiful now, and it's great for gardening.
They are.
Perfect gardening weather. Perfect golf weather, too. You allowed to say that? It was golf like a sort of...
Why wouldn't you be able to say
rag to a bull in Adelaide now because of the...
I'm not a golfer, but and you haven't offended me.
Well, that's good. The last thing I want to do, Will, with only 2 days to go, is for a rift to emerge between
Imagine
us.
if that. I said, because you said you wanted to play golf. I said, I will never speak to you ever again. All right, it's time to head to St. Paul. Senior Constable Holly Frisbee is on the line. Holly, you caught up with a high-range drink driver at Seacliff last night.
Yeah, good morning, Dave and Will. And this is a good stop by our Southern District Cruiser. They got this driver off the road about 10 o'clock last night. Patrols attended the Esplanade following reports of a van being driven erratically. Police spotted and stopped the van nearby, and the driver, a 47-year-old man from FIVEAA, was submitted to a driver test and provided a blood alcohol reading of 0.280, which is more than 5 times the legal limit. He was issued with a 12-month instant loss of licence notice, and his car was impounded for 28 days, and he will be summons to front court at a later date.
Then also, Holly, this one's intriguing. So a bloke's been arrested after being stopped on a push bike in Marden.
About 1 o'clock this morning, patrols spotted a cyclist in a shopping centre car park riding without lights and wearing a face covering. The cyclist was directed to stop, however, travelled north along Lower North East Road in an attempt to outride police. The 22-year-old man from Campbelltown was stopped nearby and arrested. When police searched the man, they located an expendable baton, a small quantity of drugs, and saw the bicycle serial number had been obscured. He was charged with riding a bicycle at night without lights, possession of a prohibited weapon, carrying an article of disguise, and theft of the bicycle he was riding. He was granted police bail, but he will front court at a later date.
And this one's intriguing as well. A man was arrested attempting to steal from a communications pit in Clemzig.
Yeah, that's correct. About 3:30 this morning, police were called to North East Road to reports of an alarm activation in a cabling pit. Police were quickly in attendance locating the lid for the pit removed with a beanie, head torch and bolt cutters nearby, and then the suspect hiding within the pit. Police arrested the 40-year-old man from Teachery Gully without incident, and he was charged with possess an article to commit an offence and dishonestly deal with property, and he also will attend court at a later date.
Good work there all round by SAPOL. Busy night too. Senior Constable Holly Frisbee, thanks for that.
All right, we're going to check traffic and come back with more in just a moment.
Thanks, Will, and morning, David. At Burton, truck v Tree, Waterloo Corner Road near the shopping centre. Pennington, a crash to look out for. Addison Road near Collins Street. And Hallett Cove night works running really late. Lonsdale Road and Majors Road. Speeds reduced in one lane both directions. He's very, very sluggish. Cameras this morning, Pratt Avenue, Paraka and Perseverance Road at Vista. It's the final days of the Audi end of financial year sale event. Don't miss your opportunity for exclusive price reductions on select models. Ends June 30 at your Audi dealer. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The energy today, the amount of people who got up before dawn, walking 1 mile in the shoes of someone that has nothing.
Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in My Boots. Register or donate today.
Fruiters, just sound advice and a focus on long-term fit. Because some people fill a role, others lift the standard. If the hire really matters, talk to Hunter Careers. huntercareers.com.au.
Hey, I'm James, Claims Manager at Allianz. This isn't always the call you want to make, but when you do, you'll reach our team who know exactly what to do next. It's why we're trusted by over 4.5 million Aussies.
Allianz.
Aussies love the ocean, the sound of crashing waves. This would be beautiful right now. Like, you don't want to be on the beach, but being indoors looking at it.
Magnificent.
Different proposition. The sound of crashing waves, the sight of storms over the water, that's what life's all about.
I'll tell you what, what you add to that picture is some delicious food. That's what Ocean Bar and Kitchen are all about, enjoying delicious dishes or just a drink even with unbeatable views of Henley Beach. They really do have the best piece of real estate along the coast there. Enjoy the sights, sounds and feel of the ocean, plus the taste of mouth-watering menu, including pasta, seafood and a huge range of cocktails and wines.
Throughout winter, they have a shared 3-course weekday lunch offer with dips, calamari and a choice of pasta, like homemade gnocchi, finished off with an espresso. Then for dinner, there's bottomless pasta Wednesdays and schnitzel special Thursdays.
Add live music on Fridays and it's the perfect destination for your next lunch, dinner, after-work drink or function. They cater for weddings, engagements, christenings and birthdays. Imagine the views. Ocean Bar and Kitchen, located on top of the Henley Surf Lifesaving Club. Enjoy Ocean Bar and Kitchen from 11 a.m. till 8.
Do you know someone living with depression? You have the power to support them by joining a clinical trial. CMAX is seeking healthy volunteers aged 18 to 55 to help investigate a new potential treatment for major depressive disorder. Eligible participants will spend 4 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD and get paid for their time. Your contribution to this valuable medical research could lead to improved treatments for depression in the future. Interested? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
6 to 7. We mentioned that this showdown needed a little bit of something in the build-up to kick it along, and Chad Corns raising an eyebrow at Josh Worrell's omission last week sort of gave it something, a little bit of a showdown controversy. So we've put together a little list.
The top 7 before 7.
Showdown controversies, controversial moments or things around or in showdowns. And since Chad's given us one this week, let's go back to Chad Corns in 2005.
Neil Craig's night, Adelaide's night. They have scored a massive victory. And the surprising season of the Crows.
That was the 83-point victory in what Chad Corns had termed the dream final. The dream final for Port Adelaide in 2005. How about this from 1997?
It was a boxing match. Look at this. Unbelievable.
Well, Jamison working in close. Cummings working inside his jumper.
That was right. Jamison and Scott Cummings punching on in the first showdown, 1997. Dennis Committee turned boxing commentator momentarily there. I don't think either of them, no one's thrown more punches and failed to land than those two gentlemen in that particular contest. The number 5 spot, most controversial showdown moments.
Phil Thorpe hooked up with Sweet Murphy. Good handball. Brichelli, clear, open, and punishes them. The Crows hit back, and he gives it right to the ground. And get the teeth out yourself, son.
Oh, he might need an escort to the car.
Yeah, he did the teeth celebration. It didn't end well for Josh nor the Crows.
He had a week off after that, didn't he?
He did. The number 4 spot. This one's really controversial.
That's Wakeland.
well. It's an amazing passage of play, and it has been a massive bonus for Port Adelaide. Have a look at that one, Mark Bickley. Well, we'll see more of that.
Mark Bickley's hit in Showdown 12 in 2002 was... I think he expressed his massive regrets about that one.
I know Port people have never forgiven him for it.
Yeah,
though.
absolutely. Oh, don't worry. We got
Other
more
players.
We got more of that coming. Here's number 3.
They all ran out, and she was on for young and old.
How many players involved?
At least 10 from each team. There was punches, blokes being thrown on cars.
7 News has been told Port's Josh Carr was having a friendly chat with the Crows' Kane Johnson near the bar when Crows captain Mark Rasciuto became involved.
That was from 2002. Could forget. I think for me, that's the number one showdown controversy. The Ramsgate showdown after the showdown. Number 2.
Keane could have marked it. Went the double fist. Look out! Bang! Houston with a big bump on Rankin.
Oh, this will be a story.
They are about to throw down in the showdown. A huge bump from Houston. Rankin still laid out on the turf.
That's Dan Houston running through Isaac Rankin Showdown 56 2024. And in the number 1 spot...
Gallucci, Josh Jenkins, a metre he takes, and then 15 with the kick. Can he go again? Can he go again? Josh Jenkins, JJ, Jagger, whatever you want to call him.
He doesn't look confident, Hutto.
Score review.
He's saying set up.
Umpire's called the goal.
Okay, so it's a behind.
Check to see if it was
Might have just clipped the post on the way through. He's telling his teammates to set up.
A goal.
The stunned silence in the call says it all. Then Josh Jenkins, of course, after the game said it cannoned into the post. That's a controversial moment. If there's any we've forgotten, 8223 text them through most controversial moments in or around Showdown 0480 1395. Well, we don't want controversy. What we want is a cracking game on Saturday night. What our next guest wants is 4 points for the power. Carolyn Laffin, who we really enjoyed chatting with in Darwin earlier this year, joins us again on 5AA Breakfast. Carolyn, good morning to you.
Oh, good morning. And a little bit colder here than I was last time in Darwin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
So, Carolyn, how have you been coping with all these close losses? Port, you haven't been playing terrible football. Like, you've been playing better than where your position on the ladder reflects you are.
Look, that's been actually the really positive thing about this year. It's just that intensity and that real Port Adelaide sort of spark that I've been loving, but obviously on the siren it's not always loving. And I'm still getting over that Crows victory at the last showdown, I have to say. That was I was there, you know, in the enemy territory, and it wasn't. It was just dreadful, and that walk across the bridge afterwards was just horrendous.
Yeah,
so,
it can be a bit rough, can't it?
Look, it can, but I'm pretty fired up though. I feel that Port Adelaide, we've got our backs against the wall, and that's a time when we can really come out fighting, even though we've got a few, gaps, if you like. But I don't know that people really appreciate the significance of what's happening this weekend. Now, do we know what that is?
No, what is it,
on
Carolyn?
Saturday? It is Sam Powell-Pepper's return to football.
He's playing in the Sandful, isn't he? Yeah.
He's playing in the Sandful allegedly. Hey?
Oh, you think
imagine
maybe they sneak him in?
Imagine if they did that. They could just sneak him in. Who would know?
A few Crows players would know within the first 5 minutes, I reckon, the way he throws himself about. Oh, I like that, Carolyn. Why not? Why not?
So let's live in hope, but I think he's the real heart and soul. He's got a real Port Adelaide bit of mongrel in him.
Yeah,
he's an excellent player.
He sets the tone physically, there's no doubt about it. Carolyn, always lovely to chat with you. Love talking footy with real diehards like you. Carolyn Laffin, Port fan, who we like to check in with from time to time on what's happening with our friends down there at Alberton. 7 o'clock, 5AA News Time. Back in a moment.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Mostly sunny today. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees in Adelaide with the 7 o'clock news. Good morning. I'm Kate Collins.
Hands you can trust and state-of-the-art facilities. Physio Extra, tailoring care for you. PhysioExtra.com.
A man has been arrested after blowing more than 5 times the legal limit at Seacliff. Reports of a van driving erratically on the Esplanade came in around 10 o'clock last night. Senior Constable Holly Frisbee says police caught up with the van driver and breath tested him.
47-year-old man from FIVEAA was submitted to a driver test and provided a blood alcohol reading of 0.280, which is more than 5 times the legal limit.
The man's lost his licence, had his car impounded and will face court at a later date. 2 dead migratory birds found on a South Australian beach have been sent away for testing for the H5N1 strain of bird flu. It's raised fears of a spread of the virus. The birds were found at Fowler's Bay, around 12 kilometres from Esperance. There are now no new confirmed cases of the virus in WA, but authorities are now awaiting the results of 11 pending tests across that state. A cormorant found dead in Perth and a giant petrel in Geraldton are among the latest to undergo investigation. Almost 100 potential cases have been reported to the Emergency Animal Disease Hotline since the weekend. Labor's tax changes will pass through federal parliament by the end of the week after it reached a deal with the Greens. Tighter rules will also be imposed on people using self-managed super funds to buy property. Nationals leader Matt Canavan says it's bad for all Australians.
What's worse now, this is just another tax. The government was already taxing small business, taxing property, taxing investments, and now they're taxing your super.
New research shows unpaid carers could be $45,000 better off if super was paid on carer payments. A Super Members Council report has found more than 1 million Australians miss out on super because of the work they do, including those who step out of paid work to care for loved ones. Chief Executive Misha Schubert says the super system is meant to cover everyone.
But despite the fact that 17 million Australians get that terrific guarantee of retirement savings being put away to grow into a retirement nest egg for them, there are still some Australians who miss out, and one of those groups is carers.
Scientists have found evidence a crater discovered in outback Western Australia was created 3 billion years ago. Geologists discovered the rock formations near the town of Marble Bar in the Pilbara region. Curtin University professor Chris Kirkland says testing of crystal minerals confirms it to be the oldest known asteroid impact site on Earth.
So these individual little crystals, smaller than the width of a human hair, contain lots of uranium, and that uranium over time changes to lead. So if we can measure the ratio of the uranium to lead, we can calculate an age, and that's how we can work out how old it is.
And SA's own Hilltop Hoods will entertain race fans from the front row to the nosebleed section at this year's Adelaide Grand Final. Suffer, Pressure and DJ Debris will hit the after-race concert on Saturday, November 28. It's the 3rd time the trio have played the event. Powerhouse rock icons Guns N' Roses will headline the Sunday concert, which was announced earlier this year. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Glass, timber or colorbond steel. The options are endless with Gliderol Garage Doors. Gliderol.com.au.
And it's good morning to Jace Kemp.
And a good morning to you, Kate. The Crows and Power will train this morning ahead of the second showdown of the season. The Crows go in as heavy favourites against Port. Power stand-in skipper Zach Butters is expecting a finals-like atmosphere at Adelaide Oval.
I love playing in showdowns. I love what they mean to South Australia, the Port Adelaide Football Club, and I'll be out there and give it my all like I always do. If you're not in contention for finals, this is probably as close as it gets in the games you want to play in.
7 Crows will feature in the AFLW's first Australia vs Ireland match in August. 4 Crows will play for Ireland, while 3 Crows will line up for Australia. To the World Cup, and Cristiano Ronaldo has silenced his critics with 2 goals, becoming the first player in history to score at 6 World Cups. Ronaldo helping Portugal thrash Uzbekistan 5-0.
25 Ronaldo. It will come the way of Rafael, who smashes in number 5.
That audio thanks to SBS. Meanwhile, the Socceroos preparing to face Paraguay on Friday, but there are fears Matthew Leckie's World Cup is over. The veteran picked up a hamstring injury during Australia's 2-0 loss to the US. And finally, Australia has defeated Pakistan by 113 runs to remain undefeated at the Women's T20 World Cup. And that's the 5AA Sports.
Thanks, Jace. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Lynn Andrews Real Estate. Experts in commercial and residential property management. lynnandrews.com.au.
G'day there, a Burton, a truck v tree, Waterloo Corner Road near the shopping centre, Pennington a crash, Addison Road near Collins Street, and Hallett Cove night works running behind schedule at the moment. Lonsdale Road and Majors Road pretty slow heading inbound through there. Cameras to look out for today, Lyons Road, Holden Hill and Main South Road at Morford Vale. Harris Scarf Friends exclusive 20 to 50% off store-wide sale is on now, excludes clearance and gift cards. See conditions online, Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
And now to the 5AA forecast.
Hot water service gone cold? Get Rinnai instant hot water for an unbeatable price. The gas shop only.
Mostly sunny today. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees. Partly cloudy tomorrow and 17. 17 also on Friday and mostly sunny. 16 on Saturday, 17 on Sunday and mostly cloudy. Right now we're sitting on 5 degrees on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
7 after 7, good morning to you. If you're joining us for the very first time on this Wednesday, the 24th of June. Lots of cold Adelaideans, South Australians more broadly as well out there this morning, sending in text where they are and what they've been doing on another very cool morning. But if you're staying indoors, you're in your car, the heater's on, you're tuning in a good time because this hour on the program, Sean Fuster and David Koch, coming up after 7:30, we'll go round the courts first and then talk all things money and footy ahead of the showdown with Koshy. And before 7:30, we'll be discussing the Socceroos with Adelaide's own Robbie Cornthwaite, Socceroo in his own right, someone who's played for Tony Popovich at Western Sydney. He knows a bit about his thinking, so we'll probe him to see if there are any more selection surprises in store ahead of that big clash on Friday morning. That is ahead. In a moment, we're going to spin for the smartwatch as well. We've got the Keralert smartwatch we're going to give away, so stay listening. When we spin up a number, if it corresponds with your birth year.
We're going to do it now.
We can do it now if you like.
Should we do it now?
You know what? It's in the room.
It's right here.
It's right behind you. You can watch it on the live stream, folks. Big thanks to Walk a Mile people. Step up to end homelessness. Walk a Mile in My Boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au. It wasn't 19. The number is 20, which is 1945. If you are born in 1945, which means you're either 81 or turning 81. This year. Get calling now, 8223 0000, and it could well it will be you if you're the first person through winning that Keralert smartwatch. We had the Premier on yesterday talking about his concerns about bird flu and the industry about which, beyond native fauna being at risk here, which is obviously a concern. When we talk about industry and human beings and how they might be affected by this, we're talking about the poultry industry here in South Australia. The Premier told us there's 121 million chickens, about 120 million of them in South Australia are for meat, about 1 million lay eggs.
It's 120 chickens per person.
Yeah, well, when you
roughly,
think people eat a lot of chicken these days.
You don't need 120 a year, do you?
No.
I suppose they're not all being eaten. A lot of them would be for export and processing and
interstate. Yeah, we're not just for South Australian consumption. They'd be around the country.
Yeah.
That's obviously at risk. FIVEAA runs Secret Rock's free-range eggs at Tumby Bay and joins us on 5AA Breakfast now. FIVEAA, thanks for talking to us, mate. We appreciate your time. What's your level of concern about the risk posed by bird flu?
Well, good morning, guys. Well, yeah, obviously only a small producer myself. It is concerning, especially if it gets closer. I mean, the media does seem to know more about what's going on than probably us small guys. But yesterday was in Western Australia, and this morning has been told it's in Fowler's Bay. So it is for someone like myself. Well, yeah, if it gets to Tumby Bay, I'll be out of business overnight. So, yeah.
How many chooks have you got, FIVEAA?
About 5,000 layer birds. So,
Yeah, right. So they're all eggs, egg-laying birds.
Yeah. So I'm all eggs. Yeah. Meat's a different industry. So yeah. Yep.
Yeah, right. So what have you been advised as to what sort of precautions you should put in place apart from getting a pack of wild dogs to protect the chickens?
Well, they do that part of the job, but they don't keep the native birds away, and that's where obviously it's all going to come from. So. We always have biosecurity protocols that we have to adhere to and that sort of stuff to help the industry.
Yeah, sure.
But a lot of that's to stop diseases coming in from hand and foot, from traffic and stuff like that. But yeah, when something comes in, as in with the native birds being a free range farm, you besides putting a roof over your whole farm, you're basically you got no chance sort of thing in that. So so we've always got the biosecurity stuff that we're trying to help the industry and help yourselves and that sort of stuff. But but something like this is just a little bit different. So
it's a good point you make too about obviously guys who have free range farms are going to be the ones that are most susceptible to this. Your eggs, are they all consumed in South Australia, or do they go to all parts of Australia?
No. I'm just mainly here on the Eyre Peninsula is where I sell to. So like I said, I'm just a small guy, just trying to do most of my marketing over here. So,
right. And how long have you been in the business, FIVEAA? And have you sort of had to deal with this in the past when there's been other sort of bird flu fears?
I've been doing it for about 12 years. Sort of started off as a hobby and now it's my life. But not really, because one of the advantages I've got being over here is I'm fairly isolated from anything. Like, we don't have free range egg farms on top of each other, sort of neighbouring you and that sort of stuff. So if something does go wrong with one, it can spread pretty quickly. Whereas the way I am, obviously, there's always going to be people like farmers and that sort of stuff that have their handful of chooks and that sort of stuff, but it's not not the density that we sort of run them at. So it's not really been a big concern. Even before, like a couple of years ago, when the East Coast was having their troubles and that sort of stuff, obviously it spread between farm and farm pretty quickly, but they got on top of that and sort of made a quarantine zone, and it took a little while, obviously, and it obviously was costly for those guys that got affected, but it didn't really spread too out of control. And that's why I was thinking yesterday, being in Western Australia and there's the big nullarbor in between, we're pretty safe in South Australia, but because these birds seem to be washing up on shore, you never know where they're going to be. So, Fowler's Bay to Tumby Bay is still a long way, or a fair distance. But you'd never know if the next one washes up Port Lincoln or something like that. Well, I'll be starting to get very concerned.
Yeah, totally.
Well, FIVEAA, thanks for talking to us, mate. That was great insight into the industry. Secret Rocks free range eggs there in Tumby Bay. I guess there was a few people have texted in about this, and I just think it feels distinct from, say, the algal bloom, where people who were running fisheries or selling fish felt as though awareness to some extent actually harmed them beyond what the bloom was going to, because the perception became, well, I don't want to eat something that's got something toxic in it. So people felt the bloom was posing problems for their business, but so too was the perception of what was happening. This feels much more immediate to me, because this will just kill the birds that lay the eggs. This isn't about, people might not buy eggs. This is there'll be no eggs to buy sort of issue. So that being the case, I suspect people in the industry might be much more forthcoming about what's required in terms of biosecurity help and financial support into the future.
Hopefully, it doesn't get to that. There's still been no confirmation that it's here.
No, they are cases that are being investigated from Fowler's Bay.
That's right.
Not yet confirmed. All right, let's go to Golden Grove. We're going there for a very excellent reason, and that's because we get to talk to Jennifer, who was born in 1945. Jennifer, congratulations. You got the Care Alert smartwatch coming your way. Good morning to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Not at all, Jennifer. So, born in 1945, what's your earliest memory as a little girl, Jennifer?
Actually, I can remember when I was about 2 or 3, all right? About 3, yeah.
Where did you grow up?
At that particular time, my parents lived at Port Germain.
Oh, beautiful.
And I can remember doing different things with my parents then. They used to own a pea pea patch, and we used to go out. I used to go out with them and sit on a tarpaulin on the side of the truck while they were picking peas and doing things. I can remember, and then we moved to Bullaroo Centre after that. So, yeah,
wow.
so I can remember lots of things. We moved there when I was about 5, and I can remember going to school there. Yeah, no, I've got a good memory back from them. Yeah.
So, teenager in the 50s and then into the 60s and your 20s, what was your favourite music growing up?
Elvis.
Yeah. Do you like his films as well, Jennifer, or just the music?
Loved everything about Elvis.
Did you ever get to see him?
No, he never came to Australia, did he?
No, he didn't, did he? No, of course not. Of course.
No, he didn't, no. So it was always a dream of seeing him, but no, poor old Elvis.
So were you in Bullaroo all through your childhood? Were you there for high school as well, Jennifer?
Yeah, yep, went to high school there, yeah.
Oh, wow. And when did you move down to town?
When I was married. Yeah, when I was married, and we lived at Glenelg for a while, then moved back. My husband had a job that he was in the post office, so we were moving around. We went back to Georgetown after that, and then to Gladstone. No, went to Alice Springs and then back to Gladstone. Yeah, so.
Wow.
Then came back to Adelaide to live down here with the kids then. The kids wanted other things with their life, so, yeah, so I had a good life.
How many kids do you have?
I did have 2, yeah.
Yeah, right. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, that's excellent, Jennifer. Well, we're thrilled that you've got the Care Alert Smart Dial. A big thanks to our good friends at Care Alert. Smart Watch, of course. The Smart Watch.
The Smart Watch.
Yeah. As exclusively tested here at 5AA.
Exactly right. Skills. You can use your home care package or NDIS funding and get a Care Alert for free. Australia's #1 personal alert system. Visit carealert.com.au. Now, maybe Facebook needs a Care Alert smartwatch because the whole thing's down at the moment. We know this for 2 reasons. Our in-show communications happens via Messenger, but secondly, of course, they host the Facebook live stream. So if you're typically trying to watch on Facebook and you can't get on at the moment, you're going to have to head to YouTube, which is a very simple process, but YouTube's still up and running. Step up to end homelessness, walk a mile in my boots, register or donate today, walkamile.org.au. But it appears to be a global outage. Is that what we're hearing, team? Facebook down right around the world. Come on, Zuck, what are you doing?
Oh, no. I'm just hitting Facebook here. What's going on? Yeah, no photos, no nothing. No. How am I going to find out, what inane stuff people are up to?
Well, I mean, don't worry, there's plenty of other social media for that.
That's right.
But yes, Facebook appears to be down. So if you're trying to watch via the live stream, head to YouTube this morning. All right, we're going to check traffic.
Morning there at Burton, Truck v Tree, Woodloo Corner Road near the shopping centre, Pennington a crash, Addison Road near Collins Street, and Hallett Cove, night works running late there, Lonsdale Road at Majors Road, speed and lane restrictions in place, plus a crash just down the road at Patpa Drive adding to those delays. Slowly going South Road through Edwardstown with the camera today, Pratt Avenue, Paraka. End of financial year just got bigger with 20 to 60% of everything store-wide at Amart. That's right, everything. Stores open late. Rush into Amart today. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
5AA Mornings with Graham Goodings.
As we go to air, the Premier is announcing South Australia is positioning itself to capture a share of the booming global artificial intelligence industry. An economic boom, maybe, but there are questions. South Australia already pays some of the highest electricity prices in the country.
Graham Goodings.
What guarantee that large data centres won't push household power prices even higher?
Weekday mornings from 9 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Great things begin with the right space. A space to work, a space to store, a space to create. Right now, build the space you've always wanted with Olympic Industries sheds, garages and outdoor storage designed for Australian lifestyles. Visit one of Olympic Industries' inspiration centres today and bring your space to life. Start something with the Olympic Industries sale. On now.
50 scorching summers, 50 freezing winters, and only one Morford Air helped us through it all. Adelaide's own homegrown family air conditioning company, Morford Air, has kept South Australians cool and warm for over 50 years. That's half a century of comfort. So when it's too hot or cold to bear, reach for the Morford Air. morfordair.com.au.
Morford.
In this cost of living mess, you know what really gets people fired up? Paying a tradie a call-out fee before they've even lifted a finger. You're already under financial pressure, and before anyone even looks at the problem, bang, $150 just to show up. Well, that's why we like Precise.
Do we ever? Precise don't charge call-out fees, none. They respect people's budgets. They come out, they assess the job, give you the price up front, and only then do you decide if you want to go ahead. So there's no surprises, no bill shock, no mystery hours added later. That's why Adelaide trusts Precise for plumbing, electrical, hot water and AC.
So if something needs fixing but you've been holding off because you're worried about what it might cost, well, don't stress. Book a free call-out with Precise, and at least then you'll know where you stand. Respectful service, upfront pricing, no call-out fees. That's Precise. Call Precise on 1300 700 200 or visit preciseservices.com.au.
Did you know that your Wi-Fi router could be limiting your internet speeds? Especially if it's more than 5 years old. For setup tips on how to get the best out of your NBN connection, visit nbn.com.au/check your setup.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. When it comes to power bills, NRG Solar understands that South Australian businesses are feeling the pinch too. The Cheaper Home Battery program isn't just for homeowners. Eligible businesses can access those savings as well. NRG Solar takes a consultative approach with commercial customers, starting with how your business uses power, then designing a solar and battery solution that makes financial sense. Talk to NRG Solar and see what a solar and battery solution can do for your business. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here from 7 News. Join me and Will Goodings for Adelaide's leading news hour, 7 News, tonight at 6 o'clock.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
22 after 7. We're going to talk about the World Cup in just a moment. A little bit later, the World Cup of South Australia squarely in focus because it's down to 4. There are 4 remaining, which means there are 3 fixtures remaining. A semi today, a semi tomorrow, and the grand final on Friday. So Tony Modra against Cooper's Parlour. Tony Modra knocked off Scott Hodges, Paul Kelly and Grant Stevens to get to the final. Cooper's Parlour beat Frog Cake, Fritz and Iced Coffee.
The commissioner sort of fell on his sword a bit, didn't he? He just rang in and said he was voting for mods, and that sort of set the tone.
He certainly did. Then in the Places side of the bracket, Places, Thebarton defeated Harndorf, the Barossa Valley and the Murray River.
Ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Mall's Balls. A real dark horse.
Yeah.
Knocked off the Holden Commodore, Pandas, and Travis Head's moustache. We will have the World Cup first semi-final after 8 o'clock today. If you want to make sure your favourite makes it through to the final, don't leave it a chance. Make sure you call in after 8 o'clock today. Robbie Cornthwaite is my Channel 7 colleague. He's a former Socceroo. And I think most importantly, in the context of trying to work out what the Socceroos are going to do on Friday, he has played under manager Tony Popovich. Robbie, good morning to you, mate.
Good morning.
How tricky are these games, Robbie, to prepare for? Because, you know, obviously you always want to win, but when you know in the back of your mind that a draw is enough, can that start playing games with your head about how you approach it?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I don't think initially going out there it's something that's in your mind, but certainly as the match wears on, it does become something that becomes more and more in focus. Obviously, if scores are level with 15, 20 minutes to go, you start maybe staying at home a little bit more. You don't think about pushing forward and looking for a winner. But I suppose both sides uniquely are in the same position. So whether that plays into both teams' hands, we'll have to wait and see. But it'll be interesting if someone does grab an early goal and how the other side reacts. Because as we've seen in this World Cup so many times, goals change games and the best laid plans are thrown out the window when someone scores inside sort of the first 15 minutes or so. But I think Tony Popovich, he's a winner. He will send them out there to win the game, and hopefully they can do that.
How do you think he will respond to the criticisms he copped in the last week? Because it's been a tale of 2 fixtures for him. He was labelled a genius after the first one, springing a couple of selection surprises. Went and did it again in the second game. Has been really pilloried for it. How do you think they're going to set up, especially that front 3 on Friday morning our time?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the criticism, I don't think it would faze him in the slightest. I mean, he's a guy that's played at the highest level, played in World Cup qualifiers and the biggest games in the world, and now coaching on the biggest stage possible. All that sort of noise would not faze him one sort of bit. He's a guy that's so sure of himself, and, you know, if he was worried about what people are going to think, he wouldn't make these changes. He does what he feels is best, and the best way to win, and that's the way he's always been. In terms of the setup, I mean, Paraguay are an ultra defensive side. I think they only conceded 10 goals in 18 games in qualifying, and they got 4 against the US, which was a massive surprise, but then went out and beat Turkey 1-0 and played with 10 men for 45 minutes. So what's unique about this game is Australia is probably going to have more of the ball than they've ever had. So the likes of Christian Valpato, who came on and did really, really well against the US, I think this might be the perfect game for him to play, trying to break down defence that's parking the bus, and also, as we mentioned, needs a draw. So I think this is a game where we might see the likes of Irankunda start again, Valpato, which people are really calling for, and more guys that are a little bit better in possession, I would think.
Hey, Robbie, more broadly, when the World Cup, when the cream really starts to rise to the top, how much have you been enjoying watching Messi? I mean, 2 games, he's already kicked 5 goals. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing to watch these guys, and obviously Cristiano Ronaldo responded this morning as well with 2 goals of his own, and it highlighted something for me actually, because we look at Argentina and Messi, they're playing against, I think Algeria was the first game, and then a couple of goals against Austria. I mean, if that's the Socceroos and we've got a Messi, we'll be saying, oh, well, this is a game we're going to win, so we'll rest him. And then when you're a couple of goals up, you'd say, oh, well, you better take him off because he might get injured. It's the same with Portugal. He's their best player, obviously one of the best in the world, and no matter what, he's out there. It's almost like they, which is anti-Australian mentality. They set it up for the individual. They almost want him to break the records. Mate, if you're going to score, you don't need to defend. You can walk back if you want. We've got a guy like Irankunda, and it's like, mate, you've got to defend, you've got to run back, you've got to put your shift in. This game's going to be ultra defensive, so we're not going to play him. They're almost the opposite.
Yeah.
Even this morning, Cristiano Ronaldo, he's got 2 goals. They're 4 goals up, and he doesn't come off. They leave him on until the very, very end. It's almost the opposite mindset of what we have here in Australia.
Yeah, it's a really, really good observation. What do you think? Can that Socceroos get the 3 points? Will both sides be content to kick it around the middle of the park and get the 1? What are you expecting?
Yeah, I feel like both sides are happy to kick it around the park. Has a real negative sort of connotation towards football in a way that the game is played. I don't think that'll be the case. It's the World Cup. I think both sides will want to win. But as I said, the longer the game goes on, I think we will see maybe things become a little bit safer, a little bit more, let the opposition have the ball and a bit of possession at the back. But Australia's never beaten South American opposition at a World Cup. I think we're 3 draws and a loss, or 4 draws and a loss. So I think this would be a massive step for Australia's confidence. If we can get over the line against a really good defensive side and get through to the knockout stages. And I think this team is capable of winning a knockout game depending on who we come up against.
Absolutely. Great stuff, Robbie. Thank you for that. Former Socceroo Robbie Cornthwaite. The game, of course, is on 11:30 on free-to-air TV, as it should be on SBS this Friday.
We've received 3 different calls about a crash on South Road heading south outside the Evoca Hotel. A truck, van and 3 cars have involved. Traffic at a standstill. So 3 eyewitness reports we've had about that in the last 5 minutes is obviously quite a bad one. We'll try and get some more information for you on that. But if you go through the area and you can provide us with it, we'd love to hear from you. 8223 0000 or text us on 0480 1395.
Moving out. Moving in. New job. First paycheck. Popping the question. Building your future. Having a baby. Having another baby. Needing a reno. Life happens fast. That's why with Bendigo Bank, you can open an account in just minutes right from your phone. With no monthly fees and 24/7 fraud protection, we're bigger for banking that suits you every day. Find us in the App Store today to open your account. Bendigo Bank, the better big bank. Eligibility criteria, terms and conditions and other fees apply.
For those whose pool is the main feature of their yard, Walco offer a special mesh cover to keep debris and leaves out while making your pool area look stunning all through winter. Join the great cover-up and ask Walco about their stylish new mesh pool covers. walco.com.au.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Mostly sunny today. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees with the 7:30 news. Good morning. I'm Kate Collins.
Injured or living with chronic pain? Book an appointment at FIVEAA Extra today. 6 locations. physioextra.com.
There are concerns the deadly bird flu strain has made it to South Australia. PIVEAA are waiting on results of testing on 2 dead seabirds found washed up on Fowlers Bay Beach. Experts say a storm in the Southern Ocean risks driving more bird flu infected species from the Antarctic region to the Australian coastline. 2 cases of the H5N1 bird flu have been identified in Western Australia already. And SA egg producer FIVEAA from Tumby Bay has told David and Will the industry is watching the situation carefully.
Because, these birds seem to be washing up. On shore, you never know where they're going to be. So, Fowlers Bay to Tumby Bay is still a long way. But, you'd never know if the next one washes up Port Lincoln or something like that. Well, I'll be starting to get very concerned.
A high-range drink driver has been caught at Seacliff. The man was stopped on the Esplanade about 10 p.m. after reports he was driving erratically near a hotel. The 47-year-old from Morford Vale allegedly blew .280, more than 5 times the legal limit. He's lost his licence for 12 months and his van was impounded for 28 days. A thief has been caught in the act at Clemzig this morning. Senior Constable Holly Frisbee says he was allegedly trying to steal cables from a communications pit on North East Road.
Police were quickly in attendance locating the lid for the pit removed with a beanie, head torch and bolt cutters nearby, and then the suspect hiding within the pit. Police arrested the 40-year-old man from Teachery Gully without incident, and he was charged with possess an article to commit an offence and dishonestly deal with property, and he also will attend court at a later date.
A United Nations agency says a plan is underway to evacuate 11,000 seafarers through the Strait of Hormuz. The International Maritime Organisation says it will be done with cooperation from Iran, Oman, all other Gulf nations, as well as the United States. It comes as the US and Iran dispute whether Tehran had agreed to allow UN inspectors to view bombed nuclear sites as part of talks towards a permanent end to the conflict. France has experienced its hottest day on record as a heatwave lingers over Europe and the UK. French officials have confirmed 40 people have drowned in the country since Thursday as temperatures hover above 40 degrees. London is also bracing for a 40-degree day tomorrow, with residents asked to take precaution. And a review's found 90% of IVF patients pay for expensive extras that don't really work. Gabrielle Hodson has more.
A major review has found most add-ons for IVF treatment have no proven fertility benefit. That's despite clinics charging desperate patients thousands of dollars for extras like acupuncture, corticosteroids and plasma injections. Researchers from the University of Melbourne say the extra services can lead to false hope, financial strain and unnecessary procedures for would-be parents already under stress. The review, published in The Lancet Obstetrics, Gynecology and Women's Health, also questioned if some of the products or procedures were actually doing harm. Gabrielle Hodson reporting.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Essential, practical, durable. That's Gliderol Garage Doors, backed by 50 years of experience. Gliderol.com.au.
Good morning, Jace Kemp.
And a good morning to you, Kate. The Socceroos are urging the nation to put down their tools on Friday afternoon to support the World Cup match against Paraguay. Midfielder Jason Guerrier says bosses and principals should be wheeling in TVs to workplaces and schools for kickoff. Former Socceroo Archie Thompson has even been lobbying for a public holiday.
I think it's from whole of Australia for Friday. Can we please have the day off? Is that a possibility?
No, actually, sorry.
Meanwhile, more history has been made at the World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo has booted 2 goals in Portugal's 5-0 win over Uzbekistan, becoming the first player ever to score at 6 different World Cups, while England and Ghana have played out a 0-0 draw this morning. To cricket, and Australia has maintained its perfect record at the Women's T20 World Cup, winning its 4th match by 113 runs over Pakistan. And finally, Gout has pulled out of a race in the US next month due to back stiffness. The 18-year-old has his sights set on the 200 metres at the World Under-20 Championships in August. And that's the 5AA Sports.
Thanks, Jace. Now checking the 5AA traffic.
Lynn Andrews Real Estate, experts in commercial and residential property management. lynnandrews.com.au.
Morning there. Hallett Cove got night works running late at the moment. It's on Lonsdale Road at Majors Road. Big delays back a couple of Ks at the moment. Plus got a crash in the same area causing delays as well. Got a breakdown on the north-south motorway at the moment just near Rosberg Road at Wingfield. That's slowing things up, and a crash at Munopara West, Stebbin Heath Road near Gravity Grove. Cameras, Blakes Road, Gillis Plains and River Road at Port Noarlunga today. Bevil's Diamond Rush is here this Saturday. One day only, 6 exclusive pieces. Unbelievable prices in-store and online. Diamond Rush this Saturday only at Bevil's. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
And now to the 5AA forecast.
Hot water service gone cold? Get Rinnai instant hot water for an unbeatable price. The gas shop only.
Mostly sunny for Adelaide today. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees, partly cloudy tomorrow and 17. 17 also on Friday and mostly sunny. 16 on Saturday, 17 on Sunday and mostly cloudy. Right now we're sitting on a chilly 5 degrees on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Hi, Brett Abbott here for Mawson Lakes Mazda with another great reason to get behind the wheel of a new Mazda. Right now, we're clearing stock with end of financial year deals. You'll get unbelievable prices on all makes, models and colours, plus low-K demos. We're talking immediate delivery on all new and demo vehicles right now with end of financial year deals at Mawson Lakes Mazda. No gimmicks, just great deals and the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
When you're gone, who gets the things that matter most? Like the family business that must go on to support the next generation and the one after that. If you don't plan now, it could get messy. Donlan Lawyers specialise in wills and estate planning. From the simplest to the most complex, Donlan Lawyers will give effect to your wishes. For wills and estate planning, visit donlanlawyers.com. Hindmarsh Square, Adelaide and Ocean Street, Victor Harbour.
Renovating your bathroom, kitchen or laundry is exciting. It's the bit after that's annoying. Cleaning and scrubbing mould out of grout. Well, if you choose Mr. Wet Wall now instead of tiles, you'll have a lot less to do later. With Mr. Wet Wall, there's no grout, just a stunning, smooth surface that's stylish and 100% waterproof. It's quicker to install, so it costs less, and there's zero mess. So why wouldn't you? Mr. Wet Wall. MrWetWall.com.
Look around you. Fred Hollow's vision was to end avoidable blindness. Your donation can help restore someone's sight. Donate at hollows.org. Help continue Fred's vision.
Planning your next event? Choose a venue where everything comes together. Adelaide Convention Centre. It's where your vision and our expertise come together, where creative cuisine meets extraordinary productions and excitement and innovation combine in a space that is truly world-class. From corporate gatherings to grand celebrations, we make every occasion unforgettable. Bring your event to life in a venue where it all comes together. Search Adelaide Convention Centre and start planning your next event today.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
22 to 8. He's on the front page this morning. The chief court reporter at the Advertiser, Sean Fuster. We'll speak to him about that story in just a moment. Also coming up before 8, David Koch. We'll talk to him about the showdown build-up, all that's going on money-wise around Australia and the world as well before 8. That's not too far away. Our World Cup of South Australia, of course, continues after 8 o'clock. This is the third final tie, the first semi-final taking place just before 8:30. Now, there is a interactive lounge that's coming up with Stacey Lee that's happening tomorrow afternoon with National Pharmacies. They're talking about protection against the cold and flu season. This could not be more perfectly timed, this interactive lounge. If you've got questions about getting a flu jab, or you're intrigued or interested, want to know about the financial elements, about some of the treatments you can get and so forth, you get the wonderful thing about interactive lounge is that you can ask these questions with total privacy. That's why we love doing them. Stacey will have a great chat with the National Pharmacies people to tease out all sorts of interesting information. But then you, if you've got specific questions, can have them asked and answered on air. The great people of National Pharmacies with Stacey Lee tomorrow for that interactive lounge.
It's time to go around the courts with Sean Fuster on 5AA Breakfast.
21 to 8. I made it sound like it was something out of the ordinary, Sean Fuster being on the front page. He's regularly on the front page.
Mate, I can tell you when I edited the Sunday Mail, Sean was one of the top reporters I would go to on a Thursday and go, you haven't got anything in your top drawer we could put on the front page on Sunday, have you, mate?
Well,
and more often than not, he would deliver.
He certainly does, this time in the case of Jacinta Ann Drust. Sean, good morning to you.
Good morning, gents. Look, this one, it's one thing to deliver, Pembo, like you say, journalistically, but there's a lot of times you wish you didn't have to, and this is one of those cases where it's unfortunate there are allegations of intimate partner violence once again, but they go in a very different and very strange direction in this case.
So, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like this woman is on trial for allegedly goading her partner into killing himself.
Not on trial yet. That will come later. She has yet to enter her pleas, but Ms. Drust is indeed charged with that. She was originally arrested several years after the March 2023 death of Antonio Caviulo, and I apologise if I pronounced that incorrectly, Antonio Caviulo, who died in his home. South Australia Police investigated, and as I said, several years later, Miss Drust, who was his partner at the time, was arrested. Originally, she was charged with manslaughter, and the allegation was that she had committed manslaughter by criminal neglect. The allegation being that she had failed to prevent him from taking his own life. Not only that, prosecutors expanded the allegations when she sought bail, saying she'd actually actively encouraged him to take his own life, saying things like, "Don't be a coward," "kill yourself," stabbing a knife into a wall next to his head, and very much behaving in a controlling, abusive and violent manner toward him. At the time, police also alleged that Ms. Drust posed a threat to Mr. Caviulo's family, that everything was on CCTV and she needed to remain in custody. But just before Christmas, she was granted strict monitored home detention bail. She returned to court yesterday for the first time since that bail hearing, when prosecutors announced they had upgraded the charge against her to one of murder.
What's your history, Sean, with or experience dealing with cases where there's a charge of murder, where the person charged may not have committed the killing act?
Yeah, physically done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very rare. I can only think of maybe one or two examples in the past 25 years where someone has been charged with manslaughter, let alone murder, over those sort of circumstances. And to try to prove that someone has actually caused another person to end their own life and done so in a deliberately unlawful and malicious way is very difficult. We see cases in the past where someone may be accused of taking someone else's life in what we'd call a mercy killing, where they have euthanized someone in their family, allegedly, and that is a murder. But then it is, to be blunt, hands-on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then it is an actual physical act that's being taken. For the law to recognise now this concept that words can be enough to drive someone to murder speaks well of our society in terms of we're starting to understand things like coercive control, but is going to be a very difficult hill for prosecutors to climb in a courtroom.
Feels like a potentially important case then in the context of the modern world, with social media and things being used to bully people to the point of self-harm, potentially.
Absolutely. There's that famous case in the US that's very much along those lines. In that case, of course, there are social media messages and things you can point to. This is all about words. This is all about recollection. And again, CCTV footage, what that CCTV footage allegedly shows is going to be pivotal to the case.
Now, Sean, you get plenty of bylines. You don't know if you get a picture credit, but just looking at page 11 of the paper, you took the photograph yourself, picture Sean Fuster, of Jacinta Ann Drust outside the Magistrates Court yesterday. I say this was no sense of judgment. It's just not something you normally see. But that photograph, so she's wearing like a super short dress, like a mini type dress, long legs, and out and proud. She's got the home detention bracelet right there on her ankle for the world to see. Normally people would cover them up.
It did surprise me, yeah. As you say, I don't normally take my own photos, and when I was taking that photo, I wasn't really looking other than making sure the whole thing was in focus. My father's the photographer in the family, not me. I'm used to being well away from the camera. But I looked at it afterwards and thought, it's the most obvious I've ever seen an ankle bracelet. We don't usually, as you say, get to see up close what they look like, how big and bulky they are, how tight they're strapped to the ankle.
Yeah, no, and they're huge. They're big things. Like it's looks like it's about sort of 10 centimetres by 3 centimetres, big chunky thing there on right on her ankle.
Yeah, when we talk about a home detention bracelet, it gives the community a certain mental image, doesn't it? Something small and slim that can be hidden away. But this is like carrying an old-school phone battery pack around on your ankle. And we all know my history of ankle injuries. I know I wouldn't be wanting it strapped to me, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Great stuff as always, Sean. Sean Fuster, Chief Court Reporter for the Adelaide Advertiser.
15 to 8. If I was to ask you what would be the least surprising news story to have developed over the course of any given morning in Adelaide while we're on the air, what would it be?
Major delays on the southeastern freeway.
An accident's just happened at the down track at the Harndorf exit ramp.
Crikey. Unbelievable.
Lots of messages in Hill's social media groups this morning warning commuters about it, and it has been replied to with the kind of weariness that you'd expect.
It really is ridiculous, isn't it, that this has just become sort of part of living in the hills. And
if you live in the hills,
going to get worse.
I'd love to know what kind of contingencies people are building into their day to deal with the regularity of delays on the freeway. How early are you getting up or leaving for a drive that might take you, theoretically should take you 30? Do you leave an hour earlier? If you've got to get to the city by 8 o'clock, let's do a hypothetical scenario here. You have to be in the city by 8. If you live in the hills, tell us where you live and how early would you leave? You have to get to this appointment by 8, by the way. You can't be late. So to build in enough contingency, what time do you leave for and what town are you in? 8223 0000 or text us on 0448 08 1395.
Beautiful looking sunrise out there, but I tell you what, the nights and the mornings are so cold at the moment. I had one of the best lasagnas I've ever eaten the other day. Winter
it's good
food.
Comfort food.
There's this new restaurant that's open in Curry Street called Italian Street Kitchen, and the lady who owns it, Isabella, she's come out, she's Roman, but all of the food is just so stunningly traditional, but the lasagna with the slow-cooked ragu and the tomato and the bechamel and everything else.
Yeah.
But how's this for fusion food? Lamington tiramisu.
Well, that's
as a nod to like multiculturalism.
You don't get that in a monoculture.
Exactly. What's better than a Lamington doing it as a tiramisu? Absolutely superb. But yeah, if you're looking for because I mean,
that sounds
it's
awesome.
Actually like it's good news at the moment when a restaurant opens, because how often do you pick up the Tizer or log on to the Tizer's website and see that another restaurant has fallen by the wayside? It's been such a rough time for restaurants, so to have a new one opening serving such wonderful traditional Italian food as this new joint, Italian Street Kitchen, if you want to warm the cockles of your heart, they do those arancinis as well. Mac and cheese arancinis with guanciale. Yeah. Anyway, my mouth
sounds excellent.
Sorry, I digress.
All right, let's head to Mount Barker. I know Stacey knows her Greek food. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. She'd be more of a pasticcio girl.
Well, one of the many things we get to find out over the course of the next 6 months. Looking forward to that. Lindsay, we'd love to be talking to you about something joyous and happy, but unfortunately you're stuck in the traffic. Is that right?
I reckon I called up a couple of days ago too, because I got caught up in that truck fire coming home a couple of days ago as well.
Yeah.
That's right.
You did, mate. You did.
What's the situation you can see there at the moment, Lindsay?
It's crawling. I can touch my screen and it won't let me touch it while I'm driving because it's all safety. So we are absolutely rolling as slow as we possibly can at the moment. I can't see the accident yet because I'm just coming down the hill around the bend where that Harndorf exit is. So, I can't see anything. But to your question, I normally start work at 8, but I'm starting later today. But if I don't leave by 6:45, I start to panic.
An hour and 15 minutes you leave?
I work at High Mast, so I have to travel to the other side of the city.
Okay, still.
But if I don't leave by 6:45, I start to panic.
Does that mean, can you leave work earlier in the afternoon to make up for that, Lindsay, for getting there so early?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, that's good.
Yeah, flexibility's there, and I quite like that I can start at 8, but there are some mornings where I might feel like a sleep in, like how cold it's been, and start work at 9, but then you get these situations like this. So I left this morning at 7:20 to start work at 9.
Yeah, right. Wow.
That's just that's extraordinary.
Is crazy.
Lindsay, we're getting some other texts through that have similar time frames to you. James says, gents, James from Mount Barker, allowed 45 minutes to 1 hour to get to Greenhill Road, Wavell. It should take 30 minutes on a good day. So people are saying for a 30-minute trip, you have to leave an hour early if you live in the hills. That's your life.
Yeah.
Another one here. Andrea says, my daughter leaves at 6:45 to get to work in the city. She doesn't start till 8:30. She was stuck on the way home with the other recent truck fire. Going home seems very hit and miss. They have to do something. It's getting so bad. Need areas where you can get off and turn around.
I'll tell you what, one thing about our jobs, Will, is we have no lived experience of traffic snarls.
Not at all. We're so lucky.
Starting early is not all beer and Skittles, but it does have the added bonus of the world's most hassle-free commute. And then when you leave the city, you're driving against the traffic. But I know now, like a few times when I do find myself having to drive in peak hour, I get to the go, I'm like, God, I don't want to put up with this every day.
Yeah.
Like it is, and like we're nowhere near as bad as Sydney. We're nowhere near as bad as Melbourne. But we are significantly worse than we were for a very long time.
Well, and the hills people are in a special zone of hell, frankly, on this point. The idea, can you imagine just what it does to your mental state, the idea that here are your two options. You're either going to turn up to work half an hour early, unnecessarily, or you're going to be stuck in traffic and have to leave an hour and 15 minutes before you're meant to get to work, just to guarantee you're going to get there on time. Like, there's just no, no good scenario there.
I know that there's total cross-party and community agreement in South Australia that we'll never get toll roads. But the philosophy behind toll roads really is what you're selling people is time and relaxation. Because if you're in Sydney and you've got the choice between trying to get from the city to Penrith via back roads or, jump on the M4, whatever M it is, it's a third of the time. You got 6 lanes. Like it's the world's craziest road. It's so good. You just sit there, put on a CD. You've got a CD player in your car.
That's in it. Let's not reopen that old wound.
Put on some tapes.
That's the unfortunate nature of the equation. The traffic has to get so unlivably bad that toll roads are the good option. And
that's what happened in Sydney.
That's right. All right, let's check traffic.
Morning there. Got a dog's breakfast this morning at Hallett Cove. Night works running late. Lonsdale Road near Majors Road. Delays back a couple of Ks. Plus got a prang in the same area, not helping things. Clarence Garden, a 4-car collision there. South Road near the Evoca Hotel. Delays outbound. And another smash at Holden Hill, North East Road near Tartan Road. Breakdowns look for toward Wingfield, the North-South motorway near Rosberg Road. Harriscar Friends exclusive 20 to 50% off store-wide sale is on now. Excludes clearance and gift card. See conditions online. Harriscar, great brands, great prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The energy today, the amount of people who got up before dawn, walking 1 mile in the shoes of someone that has nothing.
Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today.
Jackson Counterbalance forklifts currently in stock, stacked with legendary reliability and productivity and ready to deliver outstanding end of financial year value. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Get a Toyota forklift. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends June 30.
When you order Coles Click and Collect, you can stay cosy for longer this winter because we'll collect all your groceries and bring them to your boot. Shop Coles Click and Collect online or in the app. Min spend $50 excludes rapid click and collect. Direct to boot available in select stores only. T's and C's apply.
Health and wellbeing look different to everyone, which is why Health Partners is more than just your health partner. They're your value-giving South Aussie health insurer here for the community we call home.
And right now, if you join Health Partners before June 30, you'll get up to 12 weeks free health insurance. Just another reason to choose the local health insurer that's had our backs and eyes and teeth and everything in between for over 85 years.
And being not-for-profit, they're 100% for you, your needs, your care, your community. Health Partners is health insurance made human.
Available to new members on eligible cover over 2 years, ends 30th of June. See full T's and C's on the website.
Your old hot water system can drive as much as 40% of your energy bill. Fortunately, you can upgrade to something that's 70% cheaper to run thanks to Right Price. They're the leaders in heat pumps and installation. Now's the time to upgrade and save money on a more efficient hot water system and take advantage of government incentives and free installation. Reduce your energy costs today with a heat pump from Right Price. Make the switch with Right Price Hot Water.
At Right Price, heating and cooling, you can get the price right at Right Price.
A smashed or damaged windscreen can happen in a heartbeat,
But it does get worse if you don't go to your local Complete Windscreens to get it fixed. You could be waiting weeks. And look, that's not on. Complete Windscreens has windscreens and glass for all makes and models in stock right now with 15 technicians standing by to get you back on the road. You don't need to wait. Tell your insurance company you want Complete Windscreens on the job. CompleteWindscreens.com.au. Look for the big red koala.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube. Knockdown, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
And they could never tear us apart.
David Kosh on 5AA Breakfast.
Port Adelaide Football Club Chairman, Compare the Market Economic Director, David Kosh joins us. Koshy, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, team.
Now, Koshy, I know everyone always says, showdowns, form doesn't matter, but does it feel like form might matter a bit this time?
I think we talked about it last week. I feel like I've run over a black cat by watching the Collingwood game last weekend. That 20 minutes, I was sitting there thinking, what the hell is going on? But it's going to be a real test of character for us. Crows no injuries, in really good form. We're under the pump, and that's where the Port Adelaide spirit comes from. So, if we want to have a bottle of wine on it, if you give me about 5 goal start, that'll be good. No, but you just never know. And sort of, I think everyone felt for Sab Brasaba. In career best form, he'd had injuries at the start of the season. He is just the loveliest bloke, a massive, gentle giant.
He's been in good form too.
Just great form. And McKinlay was a young kid who's been really good for us. Thankfully, the Jack Lukosius injury doesn't look as though it's as bad as everyone first thought. There's some cyst which I'd never heard of, which had burst. So he is maybe a chance for this weekend. So we'll have to wait and see. And it was so good to have him back on the paddock, and the time he was on the field, he just showed his class. So we need him back, and the rest of the team to step up. So it's going to be a great challenge for everyone.
Koshy, I thought Zach Bartas handled himself really well yesterday at the press conference, given all the speculation around his future. And it's raised the spectre again in the AFL of this discussion about whether the industry needs to move to a point in time where people can be more open with where they're going to be playing and whether that would be, in fact, good for it. Or indeed, and a league I know and follow very closely, in the NBA, they have rules around tampering, where if a guy's under contract, other teams can't talk about them, and they can't talk about other teams. And yes, they're always having conversations with agents and so forth, but it eliminates this weird, awkward press conference world where everyone's got to use couch language and so forth. So I see there are three options for the AFL. Either everything becomes open and transparent, either everything just gets made illegal, so we can't talk about it openly and it just gets rid of all this kind of stuff, or three, we just continue on in this sort of in-between space. How do you think it should be handled in future?
Well, it's up to the AFL to decide on that, but my personal preference is the middle one. But yes, look, everyone talks to each other the whole time. Managers are talking to list managers constantly. List managers are planning possible trades into the future, and that's fine. But it's like with rugby league. As a fan of rugby league, you just shake your head when a player, sometimes 18 months out, goes, I'm going to work out my contract over the next 18 months and I'm going to go to another team. Mm-hmm. Now, as a fan and a member of that club, you go, well, where's the club loyalty? Now, I know it's professionalism and all of that, but sort of the essence of following a team is that you expect everyone to be there on the same page, giving 100%. Not that the player won't give 100%, but there's that sense of loyalty, which I think is really important in AFL. Like, we're very tribal, we're community-based, and we should never, ever lose that. And I think declaring movements into the future or into the next season, mid-season, just erodes that. And you can see it in rugby league, I think.
Yeah. No, you're dead right. Absolutely, Koshy. Mate, we'll catch up. We'll catch up again soon. Will and I are taking a bit of a break.
And then you're off.
One of us longer than the other, Koshy.
Well, as you know, I sent you a note. Lib and I and the kids did exactly the same thing when our kids were younger, and it was the best thing they have ever done in their life. They're adults now with their own kids, and they still say it's the best thing they ever did. So good on you.
Thanks,
I really
Dave.
admire you.
Thanks, mate. And that was a lovely note you sent. I was touched by that, and I shared it with Kate and said this is exactly why we're doing it. So we really appreciated that, mate. Good luck for the weekend, and we'll catch up soon, Dave.
Good on you. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Mostly sunny today. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees with the 8 o'clock news. Good morning. I'm Kate Collins.
Hands you can trust and state-of-the-art facilities. Physio Extra, tailoring care for you. PhysioExtra.com.
The driver of a truck has fled the scene after crashing into a light pole and bus stop at Burton. Police were called to Waterloo Corner Road just after reports a truck had crashed into a light pole and live wires were exposed. SA Power Networks have now been called. And there are reports of a truck crash on the freeway near the Harndorf exit, with traffic reduced to a crawl there. And a truck and car have collided outside the Evoca Hotel on South Road, also affecting traffic during this morning's peak. A man's been caught hiding in a communications pit at Clemzig this morning. Police found the lid of the pit on North East Road had been removed, with a beanie, head torch and bolt cutters nearby. The 40-year-old man from Tea Tree Gully has been charged with possessing an article to commit an offence and dishonestly dealing with property. The extent of the damage to the cabling and the communications pit is still to be determined. Local authorities are awaiting test results to see whether the deadly H5 bird flu has crossed the WA border into South Australia. 2 seabirds have been found dead on Fowler's Bay Beach, are being tested by PIRSA. Local tour operator Rod Keogh says every precaution was taken collecting the birds.
Full chemical suit, gloves, rubber gloves, taped at the sleeves, boot protectors, a full face protection, a respirator.
Experts say a storm in the Southern Ocean risks driving more bird flu-infected species from the Antarctic region to the Australian coastline. A major boost to housing in Adelaide South, with the state government announcing 1,000 new homes will be built at Onkaparinga Heights. Minister for Housing and Urban Development says the project will deliver a mix of housing options, including affordable homes, over the next decade.
So what we'll see is a really strong community with good open space, and it's right next to transport infrastructure, not far from public transport, not far from schools, and importantly, it's in a part of the state, the southern suburbs, where we know people are desperate for housing.
Lancer has been chosen to deliver the project. Civil works are expected to begin in the second half of 2027. The Albanese government is continuing to defend its tax changes, arguing its deal with the Greens will affect very few investors. The minor party has forced Labor to tighten rules around self-managed superannuation funds, along with capital gains and negative gearing concessions. The sector argues it's been blindsided by the adjustment, which will prevent people from using their super fund to borrow for a property investment. But Senior Labor Minister Tanya Plibersek says it's just part of the negotiation process.
And very few people will be affected by this, and very few properties will be affected. And by the way, if you're already doing it, of course it's grandfathered, like all of the measures that we've taken. If you're already doing something, no change to what you're already doing.
And Aussie music legend Daryl Braithwaite admits even he didn't know his last performance would be his final live show. The 77-year-old has called time on performing live after 6 decades in the industry, citing the increasing physical challenge. He says he had a realisation after a performance in the Arctic a week and a half ago.
But I just thought I'm not enjoying it as much
as when I started or over the 58 years. And I thought, no, I'll stop, because it's robbing myself and the people that are listening to how it actually should be.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Glass, timber or colour-bond steel. The options are endless with Gliderol Garage Doors. Gliderol.com.au.
It's over to Jace Camp.
Thank you, Kate. The Power and Crows will train this morning ahead of the second showdown of the season. The Crows go in as heavy favourites against Port Adelaide, but Power Chairman David Koch has told 5AA Breakfast it'll be a real test for the club.
It's going to be a real test of character for us. Crows no injuries, in really good form. We're under the pump, and that's where the Port Adelaide spirit comes from.
Meanwhile, Port Tasaba Radaglia is back home after surgery in Melbourne. The 27-year-old suffered a ruptured patella tendon during the match against Collingwood. He's told Seven he'll be out of action for quite a while.
Definitely one of the most painful injuries I've ever had. Sort of lasted a lot longer too as well. So the last couple of days have been pretty tough, pretty painful. Bit of a long road ahead of us.
To the World Cup, and Cristiano Ronaldo has hit back at critics with 2 goals this morning. The football superstar helping Portugal thrash Uzbekistan 5-0, becoming the first player in history to score at 6 different World Cups. Meanwhile, England has been held to a 0-0 draw with Ghana, while the Socceroos say won't be pulling any punches against Paraguay on Friday, despite both sides needing only a draw to progress to the knockout stage. Socceroos midfielder Jason Guerrier says they will only be focused on winning.
We want to win every game, regardless of who the opponent is or what the situation is. So I don't think if it is 1-1 or 0-0 with 5 minutes left or 50 seconds left, like it's going to be us, taking the foot off the pedal. I think we want to win this game.
And finally, Australia has kept its perfect record at the Women's T20 World Cup, winning its 4th match by 113 runs over Pakistan. Elise Perry named Player of the Match, blasting 71 from 48 balls. She also took 2 wickets in her only over. And that's the 5AA Sports.
Thanks, Jace. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Lynn Andrews Real Estate. Experts in commercial and residential property management. lynnandrews.com.au.
Absolute schmozzle this morning on the freeway. It's at a standstill due to a 4-car collision at Bridgewater. It's on the freeway just near the Hahndorf exit. Avoid it if you can. It is disgusting. More horrendous delays with night works running late at Hallett Cove today. Lonsdale Road super slow just near Majors Road. And got another 4-car collision at Clarence Gardens causing headaches. South Road near the Evoca Hotel. Camera Beavish Road, Ingle Farm. Bevel's Diamond Rush is here this Saturday. One day only, 6 exclusive pieces. Unbelievable prices in store and online. Diamond Rush this Saturday only at Bevel's. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now checking the 5AA forecast.
Hot water service gone cold? Get Rinnai instant hot water for an unbeatable price. The Gas Shop only.
Mostly sunny today for Adelaide. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees, partly cloudy tomorrow and 17. 17 also on Friday, mostly sunny. 16 on Saturday, 17 on Sunday, and both mostly cloudy. Right now we're sitting on 5 degrees on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Toop and Toop has been named Australia's #1 large residential agency of the year at the Real Estate Institute of Australia National Awards. It's a proud moment and a reflection of more than 40 years helping South Australians buy and sell property with trusted advice, strategic expertise and exceptional results. As a family-owned agency, we're incredibly grateful to our clients and community for placing their trust in Toop and Toop since 1985. To learn more, visit toop.com.au.
A test drive should test the car, not your patience. In the city, it's traffic lights, roundabouts and stop-start driving. So take your foot off the brake and open it up a little. Come to Barossa Auto Group and test drive all the big brands. Ford, Volkswagen, Honda and Kia. Available to test drive through the stunning Barossa. We'll even buy you lunch to make a day of it. T's and C's apply. Barossa Auto Group. Tanunda and Nuri Utpa. Book a test drive today.
In business, the wrong hire does more than leave a gap. It slows your team, drains confidence, and holds your growth back. Call Hunter Careers. They'll work with you to find people with the right skills and long-term fit. At Hunter Careers, you'll work directly with an experienced recruiter through a careful, personalised process focused on your business outcomes, not just filling a vacancy. If the hire really matters, talk to Hunter Careers. huntercareers.com.au.
Beechwood Homes, Adelaide's leading bespoke home builder, celebrates 35 years. Over that time, they've helped many hundreds of people realise their dream of building a home exactly how they envisioned it. That's the wonderful thing about building with Beechwood. There are no set plans, no set rules. It all starts with a pen, paper, and your ideas. Just like it did 35 years ago. If you can dream it, Beechwood Homes can build it. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA.
Knockdown, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
10 minutes after 8. Mark Zuckerberg heeded the call, and he's got his engineers have got Facebook back up and running again, which means our live stream on Facebook is operating as per normal. YouTube was uninterrupted. Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au. Good time to jump on the live stream, of course, too, with first semi-final, the World Cup of South Australia, just 15 minutes away. Not too far away. We're going to be getting into that. We've also got some Beer and Barbecue Festival tickets to give away.
That's soon, isn't it?
It is the 10th of July, so a couple of weeks away.
Great lineup.
Adelaide Beer and Barbecue Festival back now at the Drive in the city. Great spot for it. Tickets from beerandbarbecuefest.com.au. We need a shorthand nickname for the Southeastern Freeway.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had Old Crumbly for a while, the Glandor overpass. Remember that before they fixed it?
Old Crumbly for the overpass. That's right. So we need a shorthand nickname. You know, Paddy just came in and said the collision corridor or the crunchway a short time ago. If you've got your own, we'd love to hear it. You can win Beer and Barbecue Festival tickets, a shorthand description of the Southeastern Freeway that we can use from here on out to give you a sense of what the hell's happening there, albeit you probably know it'll be a crash and it will be long delays like it is this morning. Let's go breaking it.
I'm going to tiptoe around this one a bit, but there was an incident, a disturbing incident, almost 2 weeks ago at a primary school in Adelaide. Now, I'm not going to say the name of the school because all the parents at the school now know which school it was because a letter has been sent out. What happened was that on the 12th of June, which was a Friday, some creep approached a student, a young student, needless to say, it's a primary school, so obviously they were young, saying that he had puppies, one of the oldest tricks in the book, and would you like to come and see them? This child responded in the proper stranger danger way, didn't take the bait, told the school, and the school did the right thing and subsequently contacted the police, and my understanding is that the police have been doing an investigation. Now, one of the reasons I don't want to name the school is because I want to have a crack at the school for the way they've handled it. So this happened on Friday, the 12th of June, as I said. There was no communication whatsoever to any of the parents at all last week. What? Now, parents became concerned about this. My understanding is that word obviously gets around through the school community that this has happened, but there was no communication whatsoever from the school last Monday, last Tuesday, last Wednesday, last Thursday, last Friday, and it got to the point where some parents contacted the school on Friday saying, listen, are you going to actually advise the school community that this has happened? And apparently they were told, we don't really want to do it on a Friday because then the parents will be agitated over the weekend and they can't email or they can't phone in.
You're kidding.
So it meant that, yesterday, yet again, there were parents who were dropping their kids off at this school who were none the wiser that this had happened. Now, the school, on Monday of this week, because the communication only went out, the letter went out on the 22nd of June, which is Monday. So there's a 10-day delay in advising the school community that this had occurred. And the letter too, I've seen the letter that was sent out. The letter is, I would describe it as too vague by half, in that it doesn't actually say anything about what the guy said. Now, surely it's the job of the school leadership to empower parents to have important conversations with their children. Because, you know, if you were trying to attract a kid, saying something like, I've got puppies, would you like to see them? If that's this creep's MO, that should have been in the letter.
Completely.
But there's nothing in the letter that enables parents to have that conversation. And it also creates the possibility that if this guy is still in the area and he's still using his puppy routine, that's not going to twig with kids because they haven't had that conversation with their parents. But I think it is a total disgrace that this school took 10 days to tell the parents anything about it. And as I said, I'm not naming the school because the last things this school needs now, especially given that finally, at least, the principal has finally gotten off his backside and written to the parents, so they all know who they are. So they don't need news crews, even though it jars with my journalistic instincts, that they don't need news crews swarming around at school pick up this afternoon because I've identified the school. I'm not going to identify the school. If any of my journo mates contact me privately saying, oh, come on, mate, can you tell us which school it is? I'm not going to do it because I don't think the school deserves that. And it's a school that has always had a good reputation. Indeed, I also know that it's a school that had a similar thing, and you know that things like this do happen. Something like this happened a few years ago, and there was immediate candour around it. But, you know, with the rumour mill being what it is, parents know that something terrible's happened, but you sort of hear, and then there's other parents who don't know because they may be shift workers or they're new to the country or, you know, for whatever reason, not everyone knew about it. Really poor communication and, as I said, disturbing incident. The kid handled it well, but I really do not know why, and I hope the Education Minister has a look at this. There must be better protocols for advising parents that things like this have happened and to do it as a matter of greater urgency than the school did.
There's no explanation for that. That is just ridiculous. 16 minutes after 8. A few texts coming through on that front. We've also got the Beer and Barbecue Festival tickets to give away. We're asking for shorthand names for the Southeastern Freeway because we're frankly sick of talking about breakdowns, crashes, delays. It's a daily occurrence, and this deserves the old crumbly treatment. Quentin in Old Ranella, good morning.
Yeah, g'day, fellas. I've got two. It's either the Southeastern car park or on a barbecue theme, it's the low and slow lane.
The low and slow lane. Thank you, Quentin. Dave in South Brighton, good morning.
Morning, guys. It's definitely the Southeastern Log Jam.
The Southeastern Log Jam. That's good. Don't mind that at all. I love this from Daniel on the text line. Call it the Southern Get Depressed Way.
That is good.
Ben calls it the constipated commute.
Need some Metamucil.
Yeah, there's a bit more fibre in the diet. They're excellent. Keep them coming in. The Beer and Barbecue Festival tickets will be given away before the end of the program. Give us a new nickname for the Southeastern Freeway.
Sorry, the incident was actually one day worse. It was the 11th. I'd misread part of the date on my notes and my shorthand. It was a bit wonky. It was the 11th, not the 12th. So it's 11-day delay in telling the parents.
All right, we're going to check traffic, and in a moment, it's the moment you've all been waiting for, the World Cup of South Australia. The first semi-final, 8223 is the number to cast your vote. First of 3 votes will progress and become our first grand finalists. That's coming up next.
Morning there. Disgusting delays this morning on the freeway due to a multi-car smash at Bridgewater, just near Mount Barker Road there. Delays back a couple of Ks avoided. It's just awful today. A 4-car crash causing big delays to a Clarence Garden, South Road near the Evoca Hotel. Another crash at Holden Hill causing delays Northeast Road near Tartan Road. Not a great day on the roads in a few spots. Cameras, Foster's Road, Oakton and Hillier Road at Ranella. Instead of worrying about what ifs, set your business up right with ANZ and start to wonder what's the best that could happen. Start your business right. Search ANZ Business Start Right. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The energy today, the amount of people who got up before dawn, walking 1 mile in the shoes of someone that has nothing.
Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in My Boots. Register or donate today.
how the teams are set up. I take that comment back of 10 goals.
Adelaide's only local sports show.
I wished I had said 15. Timmy, look at Timmy's face.
The 5AA Sports Show. Weekday afternoons from 4 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
The most frustrating thing about having your car repaired after a collision can be the wait. Sometimes months. At FIVEAA Panel Services, the wait is one thing you won't have to worry about. We've expanded our workshop and our highly skilled team. It means we're better equipped to deliver an outstanding outcome for you and your car. RAA and MTA approved, FIVEAA Panel Services work with most insurance companies. So ask for FIVEAA Panel Services and get back on the road sooner.
Some things are worth waiting for, like tickets to your favourite concert, waiting for a nice bottle of Red to breathe, or waiting for the kids to finally unpack the dishwasher. But waiting to get your air conditioner serviced just before summer or winter really hits? It's just not worth the pain. Get in touch with Morford Air now for servicing or a new system. Put it at the top of your to-do list. When it's too hot or cold to bear, reach for the Morford Air. morfordair.com.au.
Morford.
If you've been thinking about downsizing, but the idea of leaving your neighbourhood is the biggest sticking point, Metro Homes, one of Adelaide's leading builders, has a really smart solution. Instead of selling up and moving away, you can subdivide your block and build 2 homes.
It means you get to move into a fresh, brand new home designed to suit your lifestyle now, and right next door, an investment property, or you can sell the other home.
That's rental income or a place for family or long-term financial security, and you're living in the same street with the same neighbours. You've even got the same coffee shop you've been going to for years.
You'll enjoy more financial freedom and a home that fits the way you live today. Downsizing? Find out more by contacting Metro Homes on 8100 0999 or visit metrohomesa.com.au.
Wearing the same few layers on repeat? The Gazman Winter Sale is now on. Enjoy up to 40% off selected styles with premium knitwear and cotton shirts from $69.95 plus all denim now $89. In-store and online now. Gazman.
Get into Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes and test drive the all-new Mitsubishi ASX.
European-style design looks, cutting-edge technology and a huge price drop now from $34,990 drive away.
Plus every new Mitsubishi ASX includes the renowned Mitsubishi 10-year new car warranty and 10-year cap price servicing.
So head into Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes and save big on the all-new Mitsubishi ASX from $34,990 drive away.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here from 7 News. Join me and Will Goodings for Adelaide's leading news hour, 7 News, tonight at 6 o'clock.
Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
22 after 8. We're going to give you a couple of moments to jump on the live stream. Thanks to the excellent people at Walk a Mile. Step up to end homelessness. Walk a Mile in my boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au. Semi-final action. Prelim final is about to happen here on 5AA Breakfast for the World Cup of South Australia. We've got something special as an intro for this one as well, coming up in just a few moments' time. So jump on the live stream. In the meantime, we're going to find a nickname for the Southeastern Freeway. Daniel in Paralaui's on the line. Morning, Daniel.
Morning.
What should it be called?
The 5AA way, because if anything ever happens on it, you hear about it first.
The 5AA way.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
I like that idea, Daniel. That said, do we want to be connected with the most irritating bit of road infrastructure in South Australia?
Not good brand association, is it?
Yeah, we have to. There are people that are smarter than us that make those decisions. Sue in South Blimpton, good morning.
Hi. No words required. Just play the first few bars of Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
That's excellent. We love musical intros. I don't mind that at all. Ben in Hawthorne, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. We've got the Fender Freeway.
The Fender Freeway.
Or the Crash and Dash Highway.
Crash and Dash. More crash than dash, but I don't mind it. Thank you, Ben. Julian Blakeview, good morning.
Good morning, boys. The Southeastern Bumper or Bumper to Bumper Freeway.
The Bumper to Bumper Freeway. That's good. Dom calls it the slow-mo way.
The slow-mo
way. Keep them coming in. You're all in the running to win Beer and Barbecue Festival tickets, and we'll give those away shortly. But first, let's clear the lines because it's time for the first semi-final and would determine our first grand finalist in the World Cup of South Australia.
It's been a grueling test of pride and parochialism.
The World Cup of South Australia, this is the best of us.
As David and Will's World Cup of South Australia whittles its way down to the all-important semi-finals.
As Adelaide as anything you'll find.
The very best of South Australia's food, things, people and places have been decided. And now, only 4 remain standing.
Well, had some big wins.
Now, it's time for the first semi-final.
I wonder if they shrink when they get cold in the mornings like this.
It's the mighty Mauls Balls.
For the balls, boys, for the balls. Thank you.
The Mauls Balls.
It's the balls.
Up against the thunder of Theberton.
Theberton is Brazil. Okay?
Yeah. Has to be Theberton, boys.
Oh, my goodness.
Theberton.
Come to Adelaide, go to Theberton.
Theberton.
There is something inevitable about Theberton.
The stage is set. The stakes are high.
Theberton has raised the cup before.
Who will make it through to the grand final?
The Mauls Balls have actually defied all predictions so far.
Yeah.
This is the World Cup of South Australia. First semi-final on 5AA Breakfast.
Got the full 5AA footy treatment. The World Cup of South Australia. It's the Balls up against Theberton.
Do you really want it?
8223 is the number. Let's find out our first grand finalist, shall we? Theberton's road to this point has been through Harndorf, the Barossa Valley and the Murray River. It's been a storied run for Theberton, looking to go back-to-back, having won the World Cup of South Australia 6 years ago. The Mauls Balls, real underdog story, having defeated the Holden Commodore, the Pandas, and most recently, Travis Head's moustache. 8223 the World Cup of South Australia. Will it be the Mauls Balls or Theberton? Get calling 8223 First of 3 wins it. Gavin in O'Sullivan Beach, Theberton or the Mauls Balls?
Oh, let's meet at the Mauls Balls.
Thank you, Gavin. Sean in Salisbury, good morning.
Hey, mine's the Mauls Balls, thanks.
2-0. The Balls might be on the cusp of the final. Michael, good morning.
Morning, guys. Has to be Theberton all the way.
All right.
Here comes Thebby.
Here come the Thebertonians. Mary, good morning to you.
Well, you know where I live, boys, so it's got to be the Barton.
The Barton. All right. Well, it all comes down to Matt in the northern suburb of Port Adelaide. Matt, who's going through to the final?
It's going to be the Mauls Balls.
Oh, the Balls have done it.
How the mighty have fallen.
Theberton has been bested at the penultimate hurdle, and the Balls.
Dear. Ugly scenes at the Royal Hotel, one of the many magnificent Hurley pubs around town where people are just throwing their beer down onto the carpet in disgust and making their way out to Henley Beach Road. Some of them are in tears. They thought they had the semi in the bag, but the Bulls have bested them.
We should just reflect on Theberton's storied run. Coming back from winning, look, they weren't fancy to win the World Cup of Suburbs. They weren't certainly fancy to win the World Cup of South Australia, but you go winner to prelim finalist. It's a great 6-year story of success for the suburb of Theberton.
For a suburb to come from nowhere, I mean, it reminds me a bit of Bulgaria '94.
Yeah.
Morocco, last World Cup or the one before. You know, unfancy outsiders doing as well as they did. So Theberton can hold its head high.
But the Mauls Balls, our first finalist. I just, when we were talking about favourites and we were talking about stories that we thought had momentum and caller support, the Mauls Balls just kept getting it done. And look, it's the iconic meeting place in Adelaide, as Gavin said, meet at the Mauls Balls, and it is on the cusp of being the winner of the World Cup of South Australia.
So it's going to be Mods or Cooper's Pale Ale against the Balls.
That's the semi-final tomorrow. One of them against the Balls on Friday.
Unbelievable.
Oh, catch your breath. 28 after 8. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's production piece, frankly. I'm already excited about that. 5AA
Love the level of effort that went into that.
You could get free hearing aids with Specsavers Audiology. No cost to you.
3 hearing aids at no cost?
Free, not 3. But where would a third one even go? Get government-funded hearing aids at Specsavers Audiology. Book a hearing check today. Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program. Standard range only.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
City Discount Tires.
It's the end of financial year sale at City Discount Tires. All-terrain drivers, this one's for you. Get red-hot deals on selected Falcon, Wild Peak and Yokohama Geolander tyres. Built to handle mud, gravel and highway without compromise. At City Discount Tires, we're driven by value. Hurry, sale ends June 30. Visit citydiscounttires.com.au today.
City Discount Tires. You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. We're the all-Aussie family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia, with a new fleet and plenty of hybrid options too. Experience the exceptional service that earned us Product Review's 2026 Car Hire Service of the Year. Book direct and save now at redspot.com.au today, or call 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Mostly sunny today. We're heading for a top of 16 degrees with the 8:30 news. Good morning. I'm Kate Collins.
Injured or living with chronic pain? Book an appointment at Physio Extra today. 6 locations. physioextra.com.
A man has been arrested after blowing more than 5 times the legal limit at Seacliff after reports a man driving erratically on the Esplanade around 10 o'clock last night. Senior Constable Holly Frisbee says police caught up with the van driver and breath tested him.
47-year-old man from Morphett Vale was submitted to a driver test and provided a blood alcohol reading of 0.280, which is more than 5 times the legal limit.
The man has lost his licence, had his car impounded and will face court at a later date. 2 cars have been impounded following an alleged road rage incident at Modbury Heights. The Toyota and Hyundai were caught on dashcam driving dangerously along McIntyre Road last Thursday. Following investigations, a 19-year-old Upper Hermitage man and a 23-year-old Paravista woman have been reported for driving in a manner dangerous and other offences. Both have lost their licences for 12 months and will face court at a later date. Egg producers are on alert as SA scientists await test results for deadly bird flu on 2 migratory birds found dead at Fowler's Bay on the state's west coast. There's fears the deadly virus has spread to SA after dead seabirds were first found washed up in Western Australia. A storm in the Southern Ocean is also raising fears more bird flu infected species from the Antarctic region could be driven to our coastline. Labor's tax changes will pass through federal parliament by the end of the week after it reached a deal with the Greens. Tighter rules will also be imposed on people using self-managed super funds to buy property. Nationals leader Matt Canavan says it's bad for all Australians.
What's worse now, this is just another tax. The government was already taxing small business, taxing property, taxing investments, and now they're taxing your super.
The United States and Tehran are in dispute over whether Iranian negotiators agreed during peace talks to allow nuclear checks into the regime. Iran's foreign ministry says it has not given the International Atomic Energy Agency permission to visit its damaged nuclear sites. US President Donald Trump says these reports are wrong, insisting arrangements were made during negotiations in Switzerland.
They know they're wrong. They told us inside, and we have it down 100% inspections. And if they were right, I'd cancel the meetings right now.
France has experienced its hottest day since measurements began 80 years ago, as much of Western Europe swelters in a deadly heat wave. Parts of Western France climbed to 42 degrees, while in Paris, the Eiffel Tower was temporarily closed. This tourist bemused by the closure.
I am hot, yes, but I won't think that I would be hotter if I go up. If I go up, I should feel cooler. But why they don't close the street then? Then how about you close the metro as well?
That audio thanks to the BBC. Dozens of drowning deaths have been recorded across France and Germany since Thursday. Red heatwave alerts are in place across Spain, Italy and the UK. And hometown heroes, the Hilltop Hoods, will entertain race fans from the front row to the nosebleed section at this year's Adelaide Grand Final. Suffer, Pressure and DJ Debris will hit the after-race stage on Saturday, November 28. It's the 3rd time the trio have played the event. They join powerhouse rock icons Guns N' Roses, who will headline the Sunday concert. Now Now taking a look at 5AA Sport.
Essential, practical, durable. That's Gliderol Garage Doors, backed by 50 years of experience. Gliderol.com.au.
Good morning, Jace Kemp.
And a good morning to you, Kate. Let's start with some football. And Port Adelaide's Zach Butters insists he's yet to make a decision on his playing future. The 25-year-old is considering lucrative offers from his home state of Victoria. Whatever Butters' decision, Power Chairman David Koch has told 5AA Breakfast he's against players declaring any movement mid-season.
There's that sense of loyalty, which I think is really important in AFL. Like, we're very tribal, we're community-based, and we should never, ever lose that. Declaring movements into the future or into the next season, mid-season, just erodes that.
Cristiano Ronaldo is hit back at critics at the FIFA World Cup with 2 stunning goals this morning. The football superstar helping Portugal thrash Uzbekistan 5-0.
Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo! Just felt as though this FIFA World Cup was not quite complete. It is now, because Cristiano Ronaldo has announced his arrival.
Yeah, incredible. That audio thanks to SBS. Meanwhile, England drew with Ghana 0-0, while Panama and Croatia have just kicked off. To golf, and the PGA Tour will scrap its no-cut signature events as part of a move to a 2-tier system from 2028. The new format will include promotion and relegation between the Championship and Challenger Tours. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks so much, Jace. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Lynn Andrews Real Estate, experts in commercial and residential property management. lynnandrews.com.au.
Morning there. Still seeing horrendous delays. There's that multi-car smash on the freeway at Bridgewater. It's inbound near Mount Barker Road. Delays a couple of Ks. Avoided like the plague this morning. Clarence Gardens, delays clearing from an earlier 4-car crash South Road near the Voca Hotel. And Burton still sorting out that truck v tree, Waterloo Corner Road near the shopping centre. Slow going South Road, Edwardstown with a camera, Hillier Road at Ranella. Experience the music of your favourite Studio Ghibli films live with the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra. The music of Joe Hisashi this weekend. Book at aso.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
And now to the 5AA forecast.
Hot water service gone cold? Get Rinnai instant hot water for an unbeatable price. The gas shop only.
Aiming for 16 degrees the top today, mostly sunny, partly cloudy tomorrow and 17. 17 also forecast for Friday and mostly sunny. 16 the top on Saturday, 17 on Sunday, mostly cloudy. Right now we're still sitting on a chilly 5 degrees on 5AA, always Adelaide.
When you're gone, who gets the things you've worked hard all your life for? Like the family farm, the holiday home, or your cherished trailer sailor. If you don't plan now, it could be messy when you're gone. Donlan Lawyers specialise in wills and estate planning. From the simplest to the most complex, Donlan Lawyers will give effect to your wishes. For wills and estate planning, visit donlanlawyers.com. Hindmarsh Square, Adelaide, and Ocean Street, Victor Harbour.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Local and experienced trade specialists.
Or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
Steinborner Automotive in Gawler, Barossa and Clare has always been well worth a trip, especially with their end of financial year sale on over 500 new, used and demo cars, including a great range of new and demo Ford Rangers at heavily reduced prices. Plus, they're offering an additional $1,500 trade-in bonus on all trade-ins. Head to Steinborner Ford in Clare or view the whole range at steinborner.com.au. Steinborner Automotive. It's well worth a trip.
Hi, Daniel Talia here, General Manager of Home. That's HAUME. Put simply, we buy homes. If you've received a letter from us in your mailbox, don't throw it away. You may be throwing away a golden opportunity to sell your home at market value. With zero effort, advertising fees or commissions, you'll save thousands of dollars. If you've received a letter from us, it means we're serious about buying your home. For more info, visit home.com.au. That's HAUME.com.au.
Now, this is interesting. Did you know the secret ingredient that made Australian gin stand out from the rest of the world's gin was an organic orange? I did. No, I didn't know that either. That's a gin fact that surprises some people, but it's just one of the reasons why Australian gins have gained international recognition for our unique botanical blends, and it's what's made us a world leader in gin production.
Our great friends at Parafield Airport Liquor Store have one of South Australia's largest ranges of gin. In fact, I think gin was the only spirit or beverage that Sam didn't provide us with for the election night coverage, Will.
He made us,
from memory.
I think it was a commercial thing. He made us trial everything they had.
Everything else. I think we had arak, we had absinthe, we had mezcal, you name it. But we're here to talk about gin today. But their range is mind-blowing. I should throw in a reference to Cinderella cleaning while I'm at it. But Powell's...
Yeah, they got a lot to answer for, Pals, don't they? Now that I think about it.
Exactly. Powell's Liquor, Sam and Jamie, wonderful pair of blokes. They'll happily introduce you to varieties from many award-winning local distillers, world-famous international names, and the popular London Dry varieties.
And just to say thank you to them, to Sam and Jamie, go in there and be as difficult as possible. By that I mean, name something as specific as you can. Now, I like my gin. Now, it can't have too much of a rough. Yeah, I'll be rough on the palate. I want it to be, but I want it to be aromatic. Like, set them a challenge.
You could go in and say, "I'd like a gin made out of oyster shells."
They'll find it for you.
There is one.
Well, there you go. Yeah. See, they'd find it. If it's gin you're after, or indeed anything else, make sure you see the range at Parafield Airport Liquor Store.
We mean
Pals,
anything.
Next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
20 minutes to 9. We're getting so many texts through with nominations for names for the Southeastern Freeway. There's Beer and Barbecue Festival tickets that are up for grabs. We'll announce the winners of those in just a moment.
There's a lot of love for Southern Get Depressed Way.
I think that feels like a winner, but that was a text, wasn't it? We give the prizes to callers, of course.
The mean streets of Unley. So a machete has been found hidden in the Mackay grandstand at Unley Oval. I've been sent a photo of it. Stuck there, hidden under a seat, I think, in the grandstand. It's a 30-centimetre long blade that's been modified.
30-centimetre blade?
Yeah, it's huge. With this, and it's really heavy duty as well. It's been handed to the police, who said that they were surprised to find it there. And they said, yeah, they described it as a machete, but of all the things to find it, the hallowed ground of Unley. What about that?
Weird thing to find anywhere.
Maybe one of the locals was using it to try to saw down the fence.
Yeah, it didn't like the fence. Feels like a fence protest.
They formed a gang.
We started the program this morning on a serious note at 6:30, chatting with Rod Keogh, who runs the Air Peninsula Cruises. We've spoken to him as a tour operator in the past about the algal bloom and some such, and as he's stressed to us, his business is contingent on a working ecosystem. It's what people come to see and come to do and so forth. So he was particularly attuned to the threat of bird flu and what was being asked of people by authorities to both avoid and be aware of suspicious bird deaths. He spotted a few. He alerted PIRSA to what was going on. They've taken the birds to get samples to see if it's something that is a live threat, and we're going to check in with PIRSA now. The Chief Veterinary Officer is Dr. Skye Fruin. Dr. Fruin, good morning to you. How long does it take to get some results from those tests?
It really just depends. We need to get the birds in, obviously, to the lab, which is happening as I speak. They should be here pretty much right now. But it depends on what condition they're in. So our specialists in the lab need to assess those birds. They've obviously been found dead, so it is possible that we won't be able to get good quality samples. We'll still, of course, be trying to get the best samples we can and get results out to the public as soon as we're able. What we won't be doing, though, is releasing those results until we've got the full picture, because it is important that we have the full results before we explain what the situation is, because it can get very easily misinterpreted.
Do you know, Dr. Fruin, have there ever been cases of bird flu before in South Australia?
Not to my knowledge, certainly not in my living memory. We have unfortunately had a couple of outbreaks of high pathogenicity avian influenza, so that's the nasty type of influenza interstate in the last few years, but that was not this particular strain that we're concerned about now at the moment, that's been found, of course, in Western Australia over the weekend, a different strain.
So, given that history, There's no need for us to sort of lapse into a sort of sense of inevitability about this, is there? I mean, hopefully we can get through it and avoid it. Or is that a bit naive?
I think what we've been saying is it's a matter of when, not if, it comes to Australia. And, of course, that has now happened over the weekend with that confirmation in Western Australia. So it was expected that it would arrive in Australia. This particular strain has been spreading around the world for 5 or 6 years now. So we're really the only continent left on Earth that hasn't had it. And we do have birds around the world in the areas where this virus was spreading that do visit Australia, such as the ones where it's been found over the weekend in Western Australia, those migratory species. And of course, we can't stop those birds coming to Australia. So it did feel like a matter of when, not if. Now, I have no idea, when it will come to Australia, but I do think it is a matter of when. What we really don't know is what impact it will have. At the moment, it's very early days, and we have only found those 2 cases in Western Australia, and they are in migratory species, so not sort of local native species. So that would be the probably most concerning development if we were to find it in native Australian species, because it sort of indicates that it is spreading locally then amongst our population.
Yeah.
But we're not at that point yet.
Does it affect all birds?
Hopefully, we never will be,
well,
but we're not. We don't know. I guess is at the moment.
Does it affect all birds the same way, or are there some birds that can tough it out, others are sort of fall off the perch in a matter of seconds?
Well, I guess biology, it certainly doesn't affect every single bird exactly the same way, but it is a virus that makes birds sick more than mammals. So pretty much any bird is potentially going to get very sick or die from this virus. It really just depends on, there will be some species differences, no doubt, but also individual bird differences in terms of how strong they are, their age, all those sort of things, the same as people. What I would say, though, is we've got a lot of native species here in Australia that are unique to Australia, which is wonderful, but because they're unique to Australia, we really don't know how they will cope if they do get infected with this virus. So we're obviously quite concerned about what those impacts might be, and I know we've been working really closely with our Department of Environment and Water colleagues on sort of conservation priorities in terms of a preparedness for this for birds who are arriving.
So what do they do in other countries where it has taken hold?
It does depend a little bit. Obviously, it's had some pretty devastating impacts on wildlife, and unfortunately there's not a whole lot you can do. Obviously, trying to limit spread as best you can, but they are wild populations. So what we've been doing here in Australia in terms of wildlife is really trying to build the resilience of those populations through sort of indirect measures. So things like, I know we've had people out installing pup shelters for sea lions, giving parasite treatments for sea lions, working on feral animal control, so trying to minimise predation on some of our vulnerable threatened species populations. And then from, I guess, the other concern from a primary industries point of view is our poultry sector. So, of course, avian influenza can make poultry very sick or kill them. And we've been working on how we would respond. We do have nationally agreed plans on how we would respond. And the approach, I guess, is to try to get rid of the virus from particularly poultry, and that's how we've typically responded in the past interstate when we have had those outbreaks in recent years, is we eliminate the virus from the poultry and then people can get back to business. So it has a big impact, but once we can eradicate it, they can get back to business as usual. And we have industry support with that approach. The difference with this strain, unfortunately, is that because it spreads in wildlife, which is unique to this strain, we do have that risk that it will, it's an ever-present threat to poultry if it does become what we call endemic. So if it does spread into our native birds.
If it does become endemic, does that mean suddenly the poultry industry is sort of incongruent with being free range?
No, not necessarily. So obviously free range poultry producers are, at least theoretically, more at risk because they have more potential to come in contact with wild birds. But this is a known risk even before this strain. And so industry's really been proactive at looking at ways that they can address that so that they can keep producing free-range poultry safely.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all great explanations, Dr. Fruin. Thank you very much. Sky Fruin there, the Chief Veterinary Officer, I can't say that word, from FIVEAA. Quite a few people texting saying, what's Pauline Hanson doing about this?
Well, someone said Pauline Hanson would have stopped the migratory birds.
We will decide who flies here and the circumstances under which they fly. Well, that was Howard, not Hanson.
We'll have a mono bird culture.
You got a favourite bird?
Was it too obvious to say the crow?
Let's go to. I'm a big wattle bird guy.
I know I love wattle birds. If we start, if we tug at this thread, there's a danger that you're going to talk about nothing but birds for the next 2 days.
Yellowtail, black cockatoo.
Yeah,
that's
I was
a good
afraid.
one.
So this is what's going to happen. Where's our Birdman sound effect we used to play for David? Because remember he arced like a hawk once on the air, and we challenged listeners with bird facts, and you never lost, I think.
It's hard to beat the kookaburra. How exciting is it when one just rocks up in a tree in your yard?
It's a great sound.
It's really the official sound of Australia, isn't it?
I think so. Let's go to Lockley's. Russell's seen something out in the road, and it's not a bird, is it, Russell?
No, unless it's a huge one. No, it's a bus broken down on King William Road at Hyde Park there, guys.
All right, thank you for that, Russell. If you ever see anything up the road, make sure you give us a buzz, 8223 0000, or text us on 044808 1395.
If anyone just wants to ring in, 8223 0000 and make a bird noise and tell us which bird you are, obviously.
No, do it, and David will tell us which bird you are.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
because he's the bird man.
You make the bird noise.
You make a bird noise, and David will tell you.
Try not to make it too hard. Don't come on and say you're a brushed curlew.
He's hiding his lie under a bushel. It's impossible for it to be too hard.
I'm a pied cormorant.
David's forgotten more about birds than anyone else on earth will ever know.
We will give you tickets to Illuminate if you make a bird sound.
All right, put the Birdman to the test. 8223 0000. Let's check traffic.
At Bridgewater, multi-car crash on the freeway in Mount Barker Road. Still got heavy delays inbound. Clarence Gardens, delays clearing from an earlier 4-car crash South Road near the Evoca Hotel. And Burton Truck feed tree getting sorted Waterloo Corner Road near the shopping centre. Camera, Foster's Road, Oakton. It's the final days of the Audi end of financial year sale event. Don't miss your opportunity for exclusive price reductions on select models. Ends June 30. It's your Audi dealer. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The energy today, the amount of people who got up before dawn, walking 1 mile in the shoes of someone that has nothing.
Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today.
Costs less and there's no scrubbing grout. Because with Mr. Wet Wool, there is no grout. Just a smooth, stylish surface. Easy to clean and stunning to look at. So why wouldn't you Mr. Wet Wool? MrWetWool.com.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
If a new kitchen, laundry or outdoor area is on your radar, end of financial year is a smart time to make it happen.
The whole store's on sale now at Spartan Appliances. That means huge savings across Spartan's massive range of kitchen, laundry and outdoor appliances, like a saving of $3,000 on selected Fisher & Paykel appliances.
And because Spartan has been serving South Australians for over 55 years, you're not left to work it all out yourself. Their appliance experts will help you compare the options and choose what fits your home, your budget and how you live.
Don't wait. Take advantage of end of financial year store-wide savings now at Spartan Appliances. Visit Campbelltown or Torrensville. Terms and conditions apply.
There's a moment every family hopes for. When you walk in and they're just happy, settled, themselves, and you realise the decision you agonised over was the right one all along. Para Ability Community Care is one of the state's largest and most trusted disability accommodation providers. We're improving lives in small ways every day. Our PAC fully trained carers give your loved one the life they deserve and give you back the relationship you always wanted. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpac.com.au.
With Let's Get Care, get more control to design your day, get more choice to pick the support that suits you, and get $1,000 more value for your supported home package when you join today. Search Let's Get Care. Ends June 30. New customers only. T's and C's apply.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
Congrats to Sue from South Clinton, the winner of the Beer and Barbecue Fest tickets, with her suggestion to just simply play the first few bars of Highway to Hell whenever we're talking about updates for the southeastern for the freeway.
I love it. We should do it. We should definitely do that.
Yeah, that was excellent. Good on you, Sue. Thank you. Now, we're putting our resident bird expert, David Penberthy, to the test. We're asking you to call in and make a bird sound, and he will tell you which bird you're attempting to be.
So do I pick a winner from these?
Yeah, these
calls?
three. One of these three. It can just be random. I mean, they're all going to come.
Pass to illuminate.
To illuminate, citywide spectacle of free and ticketed events, music, art, food and more, waiting to be discovered. Book now at illuminateadelaide.com. The other thing is the Botanic Lodge restaurant. Money can't buy experience. That someone who is a winner this week will be upgraded to on Friday. All right, here we go. Debbie in South Clinton, put David to the test.
Well, we're definitely overrepresented for South Clinton this morning, aren't we?
Between you and Sue, Debbie.
I know. Okay, hang on. Let me have a gargle and a bit of swallow. Okay, ready, David?
Yep. Oh, that was good.
That was excellent. Even I knew that one.
What was it?
It's a magpie.
It was a magpie.
Singing the song of their people in my driveway, 5 o'clock every morning.
Yeah.
I didn't pick it. I didn't pick it, but it was great, Debbie. And Will was all over it. Okay, so Debbie, you're in the running.
It's like when sometimes super experts get stumped by questions because the answer is just too obvious.
Yeah.
You were expecting it was going to be something I'd never heard of.
Okay.
I actually don't know any other birds than up football teams. Meredith, good morning.
You're a kookaburra, Meredith, aren't you?
Yep. We had a
good.
pet one. He flew in our backyard and we had him for about 12 months. And then attracted others and they came and got him and he flew away with them.
Oh, no.
So we had him for about 12 months in our backyard.
Well, that's kind of nice. That's the cycle of life, isn't it, right there?
Yeah, the only thing that scared me, one time he was in the backyard and he had a tarantula hanging out of his mouth.
Tarantula?
It's more scary for the tarantula, I guess.
My God.
Thank you, Meredith.
They're good hunters.
This is excellent. Good time to remind you, 5AA Breakfast, for all your breaking news and an assessment of all that's going on right around the world. Let's go to Happy Valley. Robert, good morning. Hang on,
Roberto.
Robert, good morning.
Morning.
How are you, Rob?
I'm good, thanks. How are you going?
Good, thank you. You ready to tap into your inner bird?
Yeah.
Go for it. It's a clash of the kookaburras here, I think.
Was it?
Look, these are very hard to split. So we got a magpie and two kookaburras. I think just for the value out of the story about the one that became friends and then left and ate the tarantula, I think Meredith wins, doesn't she?
So are we pot committed to uploading the entire show for the podcast, or can we just drop bits out?
This was one of the best bits. What are you talking about? Terry in Henley Beach, he says, I think David's checked out. No, I haven't. This wasn't even my idea. This was Pat, our producer. And look, the lines were jammed with people wanting to make bird noises. I mean, what's the alternative? We can sit here talking about how things are going in the Strait of Hormuz, if you like. I think this is much more entertaining.
Look, call me I think there's a middle ground between the bird noises and geopolitical upset. But
have I dragged the show in an unprofessional direction, Will?
No, that was actually, I quite enjoyed it. That was very funny. All right. Let's check.
We all need a bit of a laugh. We all need a bit of escapism.
Absolutely right. If you can't be a bird for a couple of minutes in this crazy world, what can you be?
Exactly. Hey, I wonder if anyone was on the Virgin flight with Pickle yesterday. Did we get a follow-up on that?
Yeah. Look, if you flew to Melbourne,
5 to 9.
Yeah, if you come back, let us know. We'd love to hear your pickle-related stories. Maybe you could make a pickle sound. Fuel Watch, it's remember with RAA Road Service. Unleaded, the cheapest is the Yugo at Salisbury Downs, $1.45.9. Diesel, the Mobile at Shoto Park at $1.75.5. Go on, give us a bird noise to take us out.
No, I'm all done. I'm all out.
Well, what's the weirdest bird you know? Say that.
Well, I reckon the 28 parrot's up there.
There you go.
It's a local
All right.
bird.
Thank you.